Welcome to Two Cops, One Donut podcast. The views and opinions expressed by guests on the podcast are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Two Cops, One Donut, its host, or affiliates. The podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. We do not endorse any guests' opinions or actions discussed during the show. Any content provided by guests is of their own volition, and listeners are encouraged to form their own opinions. Furthermore, some content is graphic and has harsh language. Viewer discretion advised and is intended for mature audiences. Two Cops, One Donut and its host do not accept any liability for statements or actions taken by guests. Thank you for listening. All right, welcome back. Two Cops, One Donut. I am your host, Erik Lavigne, here again with the Banning Sweatland and the man behind the scenes, Alan Nelson, who's out front today, and our special guest, John J. Wiley. How are you, sir?
It's a pleasure to be here with you all. Doing very well tonight. And I'm actually pretty excited. Both Erik and Banning have been on my show before. Alan, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Uh-oh. That may be something for our followers to. Alan's got his own cult following, John. Alan is he's normally our behind the scenes guy, but when we have an extra space, because typically we have three of us as hosts, co-hosts, and we try to limit who's on the front. But Alan, he gets to jump in all the time while he's running things behind the scenes, because he does our Instagram, our TikTok, our Discord, what else do you do, Alan? I mean, it doesn't stop.
I make sure Instagram's working.
Oh, is that what's going on? Yeah, I hear you.
I make sure Instagram. By the way, Alan's got this, and I can't remember the actor. He's got this doppelganger going on of some famous Hollywood actor who always plays a goofball. I can't remember who it was right away, Alan. Maybe you know what I'm talking about.
That's funny, because Alan usually plays a goofball for us.
Yeah, that's generally how I sit.
I smell a new hashtag coming.
Yeah, you too.
Hollywood Alan.
I smell a new hashtag. By the way, he reminds me a little bit of the guy from I'm thinking about the prison, Shawshank Redemption. That's who he reminds me of. That guy,
Andy.
Yeah,
Andy Dufresne, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
That kind of creepy look going on, Alan, but it's good. It's good on you.
I'll take that.
I see it now that you mention it. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So, John, I want people to get comfortable with you, know who you are, know where you're from. Can you give them a little bit of background about your history with law enforcement?
Yeah, I'm retired police sergeant from the Baltimore City, Maryland Police Department. I did a little over 11 years. I got hurt and retired. A long story short, guy tried to shoot me with my service revolver. That's how long ago it was, while still in my hand. And I thought I sprained my wrist, and we had shots being fired off at his face, my face. I thought I sprained my wrist. I had 3 surgeries, a couple steel plates put in my right hand, which you can see right now. And I was retired at the ripe old age of 33. And then slowly began pursuing around 1999, the audio podcasting space. Before the podcast was audio blogs. I did my first one. Then I had a brokered radio show where I paid for my time 2 hours every Saturday night. Then went to night school, and I've been a full-time music jock for just about 19 years. And in 2017, I took everything I learned from radio and created, back then it was called the Law Enforcement Today podcast. And we got quickly recruited by radio stations. First one being in upstate New York. We had 13 stations I self-affiliated with, self-syndicated with. Now we're syndicated by Talk Media Network. We have 146 radio stations. We broadcast AM, FM radio stations across the United States. We broadcast weekly about 48 million combined population. Then episodes going live as a podcast. So that's the Reader's Digest condensed version of it.
I love it. I love it. So my question is, did you know that you had a voice for radio? Because it's buttery.
Yeah, I got, there's 2 stories that really stick out. One was I was walking foot on Reisterstown Road in Baltimore, Maryland. I walked into a barber shop, And they looked at me like the guy was there. He goes, he's a sales rep for some radio station. And he goes, man, you could be selling all kinds of products. You got a great voice. You should be doing Afro Sheen and all those commercials. I'm like, okay, sign me up. I'm game for that. Because I was like 3 steps above broke working back then with the Baltimore Police Department. Secondly, long story short, when I was a rookie cop and we had to go downtown on midnight shift, we were always told to call our dispatchers and see if they need anything because they were locked in. They couldn't get out. So I called in. I had to come downtown for reports. It was midnight shift. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. They made the coffee orders. I picked them up. I drove in. They buzzed me in. And I was like, I've got coffee for you guys. They looked at me like, who are you? I went, I'm 635 unit. And they went, oh, the dispatcher, you can see her jaw go. She's like, we always thought you were black. Your voice. And it
Over
turns
the
out,
radio, yeah.
Sonny is a police officer. He goes, and turns out we thought you were Barry White. Turns out you're very white. And from then on, I was known as Very White. And it kind of stuck, especially with bad, stinking DOA calls. Hey, Very, what's going on? It was a bad one.
Very White. Oh,
Very White.
God.
Yeah.
That is
a true story.
That's so fun. Okay, so what year did you get in?
I started in October of 1980, and I retired in February of 92.
Oh, man, you went through the heyday of policing.
Well, we went through Baltimore, in the area I worked in. It was always really heavy in narcotics. With heroin was always a big problem. Cocaine was a problem. And then this thing called crack cocaine came in and changed the dynamics. And Baltimore was always uber violent. And it has been, I always say jokingly, since the War of 1812. But it's been very, very violent. And back when I started, our starting pay, Erik and Banning, was $13,280 a year.
Killing.
4 apartments on our own. I ate mac and cheese, cup of noodles, and all that stuff. I had to get a roommate to have an apartment. So, but I was getting shot at the very first time for under $14,000 a year. And nowadays, I look at cops and they complain about making $100,000, and I go, things have changed quite a bit because, man, what I could do with $100,000 compared to 13, it was a big difference.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the chats real quick. We got somebody named 2Box. I want to get to his question. He had a question, and he said, I've heard that being nice to a cop can go a long way when you're pulled over. It might even help you avoid a ticket. But how do you actually be nice without incriminating yourself? Well, let me chime in here. You can be nice and just, go back and forth with pleasantries. Hey, sir, how are you? Good to go. Hey, now the thing this is what I don't like with certain cops. One thing that I don't like is the setup question. The setup question. Banning, do you know why I pulled you over? I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I like what do they call it? The 7-step violator thing. Hey, I'm Officer Lavigne from such and such department. The reason I pulled you over is because of this. Is there any reason that you did this? While you're at it, can I get your license, registration, and proof of insurance? Now they know why I pulled you over, and I've hopefully disarmed them from being defensive, and they can choose to answer that question or not. But that doesn't mean you have to be an asshole. You can be nice. And definition of nice is subjective. So I like a person that's straight to the point. Nope, I don't know why I did that. Here's my license insurance. Okay, cool. Like, really what I'm going to end up doing, and what I've seen most cops do, is they go back and they just look at your record. Oh, he's never been pulled over. Or, oh, he's got 18 tickets like in the last 4 months. This dude's not learning. Yep. Like these are all factors in how they deal with things. Me personally, you guys know I'm not a big ticket guy, period. I'm going to tell you what you did. I'm going to try to tell you not to, how to avoid it. And hopefully it's just a short little educational thing. Hey, the reason why I pulled you over is because you were doing 25 over. You're doing something I really wouldn't do myself. And I don't want to be a hypocrite cop. So that's why I pulled you. Please slow it down. And hopefully everything's cool from there.
Yeah.
So,
And my whole thing, just to even add on to what Erik is saying is, and Erik and I don't think Erik is a big ticket writer. We've said that before. I've always been more of a beat cop out there mingling with the people. But
yeah,
in the downtime, working interdiction stuff and working stops and stuff like that, I may stop 40 people in a shift and I may write one citation in a school zone. I'm just not a big citation writer. But my thing, where I'm getting at is, anybody I stop, and every FTO I believe taught me wrong. They always said, when you initiate that traffic stop, you need to know in your head if you're going to write them a ticket or not before you make contact. And I disagree with that, because that first 10 seconds when I'm up at the window introducing myself, stating the violation on why they're stopped, their response of things coming to me, because I treat it as a case by case scenario, because it is. I mean, you can there's so many things that go on in people's lives, and I could never make that determination of somebody just going by saying, I'm going to write them a ticket. You go up there. I'm nor a judge or a jury, and that citation is to bring them to the courts and let them do that thing. But that would always be my first 10 seconds with that person was my kind of determining factor. Yeah, to run them and see. Obviously, if there's a felony warrant or something like that, of course, we have to act on that. But the misdemeanor traffic warrants and stuff, our agency allowed us to use our own discretion on a traffic stop. But my whole thing was that first 10-second interaction with the person. Then I'd know whether or not if I was going to write them a citation and give them a warning and cut them on their way.
what do you got, John?
I hated traffic. I despise traffic. And everybody that I ever wrote a ticket for talked their way into it by calling me names, being argumentative, whatever it might be. Back in Maryland, back in the day, I don't know what things are like. We were always taught the less conversation, the better. It wasn't about not being nice, not being professional. It was, you're required to give license and registration to a uniformed officer. They could be an unmarked car, didn't matter. And if they want to argue that point, I didn't even tell you why I stopped you. But it got to the point where I was so busy in the area I worked with, robberies, murders, shootings. We didn't have time for traffic. If I didn't think you had guns, a stolen car, or drugs in that car, I did not want to stop you. If I did stop you, it's because you ran a red light, you did something inherently dangerous. And if you were argumentative, you're going to get a ticket. And I'm not going to say much of anything. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to have a dispute with you in the middle of the street. But if you talk to me badly and you talk to me like I'm a piece of, you know what, you're going to get treated like that the same way. So a lot of people talk themselves in tickets. And by the way, I arrested 2 people my entire career for DUI. 2.
Yeah.
Both of them swung on me. That's what you had to do to get me to do something with traffic-wise. If it was street crime, is a different story. But traffic, I despise with a passion. I'm still not a big fan.
Yeah. Perry Lemley said, John, I was working Long Beach and Compton, California as an EMT when crack hit the streets. Damn.
Man, it changed everything.
So
it changed everything.
Yeah. Jerry Worms, I don't know if you recognize the name, John. He would be great for your show, by the way. He was the first officer ever on Cops.
Yep. Oh, really?
Yes.
Send me an email and I'll reply back. Here's a question. Was The Wire a fair representation of Baltimore for the era? Yes and no. I watched The Wire and I recognized bits and pieces of 8 or 9 cops that I knew personally in one character. Some of the things they did, you would never get away with. Because we had these pesky little things called sergeants and lieutenants. They actively did their jobs. They would not allow you to do the things that they did. But when crack came through, man, I don't know what it was about it, but it went from violent and it went from out of control. We had PCP, we had heroin, we had what they called boat, which was marijuana laced with PCP. And the only way you can get them under control is by choking them out. I don't care what they said when they come to those stuff, these wrist locks and arm bars and finger things, they never worked in real scraps. But when crack came in, all of a sudden, within 6 months, everything changed and it went from violent to ultra violent. It was like night and day switch.
Wow. And that goes to show the cultural difference and change from the time that you were a cop versus what it is now, where a choke, it can't even be entertained unless it's a deadly force situation.
Well, we had back in the day, and so in Baltimore, we had what's called the nightstick. The way you use it is called an S-Pantoon, which means you use, we're taught where the barrel head of it was, you never hang on, you hang on the other part of it. You spun it around, you did a lot of things, but that tool kept people away from you, and it served as an intimidation factor because we all traded in our balsa wood nightsticks for table legs. Very, very quickly. There's two guys that made these table leg nightsticks, and it kept people at distance. And if you got cracked with one of them, it changed the ball game totally. So we rarely ever had to resort to deadly force because you had a nightstick, which was very, very, very useful. You had chokeholds. You had, which by the way, mace we never used because
it was flammable back then.
But Mace said it only worked on innocent bystanders and police. It never worked on the bad guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
Things have changed, and the reason they've changed is because cops are their own worst enemies. Many times they do stupid things, but the bosses are more concerned with optics than they are with the reality. The reality is, in Baltimore now, you got families with multiple kids being killed, not just by police, by other people, multiple kids in prison. And if we went back to the old school days, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be happening, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah. So we got a lot of people watching on Instagram and TikTok, maybe, I think. And I just want to put it out there. If you're wanting to find out where you can watch this better, because I will admit Instagram isn't the best spot, you can go to our YouTube channel, 2 Cops, 1 Donut, all spelled out. You can find it there. You can find it on LinkedIn at 2 Cops, 1 Donut. Find it on Facebook, 2 Cops, 1 Donut. And also our Discord has popped up on there. If you want to get a part of the 2 Cops, 1 Donut community and find a lot more in-depth stuff that we've been doing, check out our Discord channel. Marines Blood is got that up on the chat right now. So please find us there. With Instagram cuts off after 60 minutes. So the live only lasts 60 minutes and it cuts itself off. And we don't usually pop it back up there. It's usually just a teaser to get you guys to come over and start watching us on YouTube. Soon enough, we will have Patreon. Oh, hey, Alan. Alan decided.
Andy Dufresne is back.
Andy Dufresne jumps up on the screen there. So,
and he had his shirt on. It's all a plus.
Acorn, Magnump Acorn said, I remember politely pushing back on the accusation of a CHP officer, and he called BS on me. When he came back to my window, apparently he decided I was right and he was wrong. Hey, that's always a good thing.
Sometimes you are. Sometimes, look, we're human beings doing a superhuman job, and sometimes you make mistakes. That's what human beings do. And sometimes, with the case with cops, and we talked about this before this interview, sometimes they let stuff carry over. We don't know where they came from. And what we see is what we think is being out of control, but we don't know what they just came from.
Yeah. Yep. We've got Harrison Brock just dropped 20 memberships in the chat. Thank you, Harrison. As always, Harrison basically supports the show. I don't know.
Harrison's a great dude, man, and he supports us every show.
Yeah, and keeps us afloat with with our bills for what we're putting out there. And just so you guys know, when you go to like our Discord channel, we've got the full royalty Discord channel, and that's the money that you guys put into the show. So thank you very much for the donations. We really appreciate it. I want to address a point somebody put in the comments. We've been going so good. And Marine Blood did not get an account, by the way. So as they put in the chat,
it looks like there's another one that didn't get one too. That's been on here forever. Freeman Keys hasn't gotten one yet.
Freeman never gets one. Yeah, you're right.
It's weird.
That is weird. So the question I posed to you two guys, because you both kind of mentioned this, is an attitude check. If somebody gives you an attitude, then you're like, fuck them, I'm giving them a ticket. I have always kind of had a problem with that format. My dad was a cop. He retired 30 years, and he kind of gave me the wisdom when I was younger, before I had become a cop. He's like, if I find myself getting annoyed or mad because of their behavior, I definitely don't write a ticket. He's like, if I hadn't decided yet, and I'm making the decision out of them being an ass, I'm not writing it. And it kind of stuck with me. And I was like, all right, that makes sense. And so I'm curious with that, because I know the culture of policing, if we're going to be honest, that was kind of how our FTOs taught us. Oh, if they're being an asshole, write them. And that's how we were taught. I remember being taught that. And I remember telling myself, like, if I'm making the decision off of my emotion, I'm not writing it. Because when I go to court, my biggest fear, and this was because of my dad, it wasn't because of experience. So I want to make this clear. This was wisdom passed down that I finally listened to. And him saying, if they get you on the stand and they ask what made you write the ticket, and it was because you were pissed off police, that's a no-go. And it's not right. So I'm curious to you guys, when you say that you'd write it based on that, is it because you got emotionally wrapped into it, or is it just a final factor of, okay, like I tried to be fair and now you're just being like, you didn't get emotionally compromised. You wrote it because of them doing what they were doing. I'm just curious. I'll let you go first, Banning.
I never got emotionally involved. You know, when I talk about that 10 seconds, we all have lives. We all have bad times and good times in our lives. And just because somebody wants to MF me at the window doesn't mean they're a bad person. I have no clue what happened to them before they came through the intersection. I have no clue what happened to them this morning or last night. And I always had to try to put myself in their pants, as I hope people would do for me as being an officer of the law, as I hope they put themselves in my pants. And I believed just being fair. You be fair out there and people are going to be fair to you. And that was not always liked, because I was never going to get selected for a traffic unit, which I never wanted to work. You know, I would never be selected for some other deal where we're going to go out and concentrate on tickets or what. That's just not my thing. I love interacting with people. So you let your emotions, just like you, Eric, I had a wise FTO tell me the same thing. Yeah. Never allow your emotions get to you, because we are not a punisher. And that rang clear to me in my first year of police work. We are not the punisher. We are there to bear witness of what we see, write it the best that we can. And if it's of an offense, it gets judged on a jury of their peers. Okay. So that's how I've always looked at law enforcement my whole career.
All right, John, I want to get to you, but before we do, this was a cool comment. This show has been so inspiring to me. Thanks to my wife for supporting me. I leave for the academy in September.
Yeah, welcome.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. John, I would love for you to give some wisdom on that.
I don't know about wisdom. See, when I was a rookie cop, I was trained by, and by the way, the academy is great. I graduated number 2 in my academy class. I really thought I had it going on. I knew nothing when I hit the streets, nothing. So I was trained by a lot of Vietnam combat veterans that were Baltimore police. And we had a few command staff that were Korean War veterans. So it was a different time. But the number one rule they taught me, and it's part of my character. Number one, always treat people with respect. Always treat people with respect until they change the tone of the conversation. Then there's no backing down. So if you were a street cop like I was, and you get a call to someone's house, and let's just say it's domestic, usually it's alcohol involved, whatever, we say, Joe, it's not our first time to that house. Hey, look, you can go out, you can leave, you can have time with your friends, you can do other stuff. Come back tomorrow, things will be cool. If you decide you don't want to do that, I'm gonna have to lock you up, and I'm gonna call for backup if I need to fight you. And there's gonna be 50 police showing up, with fat police with mustard stains on their shirts, and they're not gonna care. So the choice is up to you. But when we were a street cop, the treat every respect, we treated everybody decently, and we had a term that was called verbal judo back in the day, where we would tell people in no uncertain terms what was happening, and sometimes that was rough. They didn't like it. And now it's called discourtesy from a lot of people when they use that kind of talk. But if you allowed someone to disrespect you on the street corner in front of their friends, then you open yourself up for that punch. Yeah. Then you open yourself up for the knife fight. You open yourself up being shot. So you had to find a line and say, this I will not tolerate. I won't treat you bad, but this I will not tolerate. And when they cross that line, which some did, they paid the price.
Yep. And I think that's an important point to make. And as somebody that grew up in the Flint area, and knowing that there were certain circumstances that if you let somebody punk you, that's one of the terms that we use. If you let somebody punk you, you have just opened yourself up to be open season for people that will victimize you. And it's the same in policing. And, a good representation of a small part of that I love to go back to is the movie Colors. If you remember the movie Colors, you had Pac-Man, and he was a rookie cop, and he opened himself up a little bit to be taken advantage of. And you see, like, when he stepped up, like, it doesn't mean you go and violate somebody's rights. It's not what I'm saying, but you can't be stepped on. So I think that's something, especially like with our crowd that follows, they can understand. And so it is a very fine line. Mr. Billfold just said a common ground for police and civilians would be that it is never beneficial to be emotionally controlled by others. Agreed.
Correct.
Agreed. I think us all on the panel definitely agree with that. When your emotions start to take over, it should be your partner's job to step in and say, hey, I see, like, as a cop. If you see, and then if you're a cop and you're dealing with somebody that's emotionally compromised, which is going to be the majority, you have to be able to see that and understand it and try to use the verbal judo, use the de-escalation. I hate the term de-escalation.
I don't like it either.
Because it's not everything needs to be de-escalated necessarily. It just needs to be worked. It needs to be talked through and have a conversation and figure out what's going on. And sometimes there is no room for de-escalation. Sometimes you just have to go straight to business. Is how it is. Perry Lemley. I was taught verbal judo, and I remember the verbal judo book. I mean, I had the physical book that was called Verbal Judo.
Yeah.
And they just repackaged it and figured out a way to make more money on it.
That's the funny thing. And by the way, de-escalation, I was always taught we were doing that in the 1980s.
Yeah.
That's a strategy that both participants need to be involved in. The cop can't do them himself. The cop can't make you into Superman. They can't make you into one take on the world. They can't do any of that stuff, but they can't make you calm down.
Yeah.
They can use trickery, they can use deception, they can use a lot of things, mind games we used to play with people to get them to calm down. But Erik brought up a great point. Every call for service we had, it was the end of the world for them. It was not a good situation we were walking into. So we had to immediately start de-escalating. Otherwise, everything would have been a shooting call.
Yep, absolutely. I want to get to this question. It's actually a pretty good question. Lofton said, what's y'all's thoughts on cops getting put on the Brady List? I've been told multiple times you're not doing your job if you don't get put on it. In my opinion, you are on it due to poor policing. I don't know who ever told you that getting put on the Brady List is like, you don't want to be on the Brady List, period. No. Ever. That's a bad thing.
Isn't that about dishonesty, false report and all that stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Brady List, for those listening, the Brady List is basically the courts have found that your testimony is untruthful, and they're going to put you on this list that says you can't testify. Well, if you can't testify, all your cases are basically null and void from here on out, and may even go back if you get a good defense attorney that's going to go check your cases out and say, hey, he's on the Brady List. I want his case dismissed because this guy's untruthful. The problem with the Brady List. So here's the ins and outs politically. Sometimes you get a district attorney that's on a political move and wants to make a name for themselves by holding cops accountable. And they will put a cop on that Brady List. Now, the Brady List is only good for their county. It's not good for the nation. So when you start to learn about the Brady List, you find out that there is actually some political corruptness that can be behind it. So in some spots, the Brady List is great and it makes a lot of sense. But some of the problems with the Brady List is, and I like to use, I know shots at my buddy Frank. Frank got caught up on the Brady List thing because of not a typo. He was on a night shift, and any cop can understand where I'm coming from on this. When you get caught on a call, you already worked your 10, 12-hour shift, whatever it is, and now we're coming up on that 14, 16-hour, and you had a really important call, and you want to make sure you type out that report as accurately and as honestly as possible. You don't want to do it while you're tired because it's going to get fucked up. So what Frank did was he did the report the next day, but he backdated it for the day that the offense happened. Well, the DA got him on a technicality that he changed the date, and now he has a false report because he put the wrong date on there, and that wasn't his intention, but that's what they hemmed him up on. So I can see that happening. That's him trying to do it in a way that he thought was right, and then that this DA thought was wrong. And so is what it is. You can agree or disagree with me, but I understand where that comes from. So
there's a couple questions about the Brady List, and this is after my time in policing. Number one, the big term they use in Baltimore is false report. So if you gave false information, you're immediately suspended. You're not allowed on the street. So this ID, you're still pulling people over, is I don't know where that comes from. And by the way, people seem to be fascinated with this idea that police are constantly pulling people over for traffic violations. Banning had a great point. I was so busy, 30, 40 calls a shift, I didn't have time for traffic. It was the lowest thing in the totem pole. We a slow Sunday morning on day work, maybe we do traffic, but really, very rare we pull people over because we're just too darn busy from call to call to call.
Yeah, and okay, so here's the counterbalance to exactly what you're saying. Yes, I was the same way. Like you had to find certain windows of your shift if that was how you wanted to be proactive. And I knew a lot of officers that like to do that. Where for me, I like to set up on dope houses. Like in our downtime, that was my thing. I would go set up on a dope house. I would wait for that car to show up for 5 seconds, go inside, or somebody would run out to the car and the car would leave. And then I'd find a traffic offense, knock the car down and see what I'd find. And, normally you're finding dope and stuff like that. But, what you're looking for is the guns, the violent offenses and stuff like that. So that was how I would use my downtime. But yes, to exactly what you're saying. But here's the problem, John, is there's agency. Okay. Most agencies, let's say 85%-ish, are 20 officers or less.
Oh, yeah.
And they signed up. They've had this dream of being a cop and going out and catching murderers and robbers and thieves. And in their little town of 20 officers, the only thing that they have to do to be proactive, which is all the time because they're not getting the calls, is knock down cars. And that is the thing I think a lot of people are talking about in these cities. Because you worked at a Baltimore. I work in a major metropolitan area.
You don't have time for that stuff.
We don't have time. So your LAPD, your NYPD, Baltimore, these guys, Chicago, they don't have time for that stuff. And that's hard for people that are from smaller towns. They're like, bullshit, they're knocking cars down all day long where I'm at. I can tell you one near me, Dalworthington Gardens. Those guys write more tickets than Dallas PD. And they're only like 30 officers deep, if that. In a 1 square mile. So I think that is where a lot of people are coming from when they're like, no, they knock down cars all day long and this is what they do. So kind of get that.
And in reference to Coco's next question about her statement, I wish the public had access to the Brady List. You do. You go to your DA and you file a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request on who is currently in 2025 on the DA that's still an active peace officer within this county or within this district. They've got 10 days to respond to you, and then they got to follow other stuff. You can absolutely find. You may not see the details, then you might have to go to that department and FOIA any type of internal affairs that would be available, but you can absolutely find that out.
Yeah. Magdump asked if we had caught the Barnes vs. Felix Supreme Court case ruling. Yes, I did. I actually put a video out on it. If you can backtrack and find that. It's an interesting case, Reed. I thought it was I had a certain view on it, and then I talked to Von Clem. I'm not sure if you know. Oh, by the way, John, another great person that you should get. He's the head of Force Science. Von Clem. It sounds like a villain. Von Clem is his actual name. A German villain for sure.
Mr. Clean's what I thought of right away.
Yeah, and
he kind of looks like Lex Luthor.
But he called me and kind of talked me off the ledge about what that ruling came out to be. And so But yeah, the Felix versus Barnes versus Felix, however it is. Yeah, that's a good case to talk to. And then a couple of people said in the thing about Frank, and so I'm not hiding from it, guys. They said that he's on the Brady list for some other reasons. If there is, that's the only one I know about. I didn't know there was others. So if there's more, then yeah, then maybe that's something we can talk.
Well, that's partially the issue with the Brady list is it's not straightforward. Not every agency or DA does it the same way, and their perception is different. And so the standard across the
Alan,
nation is not.
there's
the
definitely
loose
not a standard.
followers, you're cop-splaining. Don't be cop-splaining.
No, I truly believe that. Like, I think it is a great thing to have.
Yeah.
I just don't think that there's a
Yeah,
standard.
I am
how
all
you get put on it.
for a federal database of cops that have either been fired, left for other reasons other than honorable. They need to have some sort of system so we can keep track of that stuff, because they don't do it. And what do we see? John, the case that I was talking about with the boiling water, the Sonia Massey case. That dude had been fired from like 6 different departments, or had left because of undesirable reasons, and then was allowed to get hired at another agency and stuff like that. I'm like, how in 2025 do we not have that's what we sign up for?
How do you get hired to begin with?
Yes.
That's the thing. The person that's in charge of recruiting or hiring, no matter how small the agency is, they got an obligation. And as a sergeant, I was responsible for everybody in my squad, what they did when they're on duty and off duty.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had to watch them. And you're a sergeant now too. You have an ultimate responsibility. And when someone has been at 6 different agencies before that, I can guarantee you this: they will not be hired by my agency, because Brady List or not, federal database or not, there's something amiss with this guy, and he's not coming on my department, because I'm not going to be held responsible for that jackwad.
Yep. Yeah. If that dude came on my team and I learned that he'd been at 6 different departments, like, anybody that's a cop is going to be like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, that's not normal. Now, if he tells me, oh, me and my wife were military, we bounced around, I got hired on as a reserve from here, reserve from, like, I have seen that. That's a possibility, but that's very rare. It's not normal.
Yeah, we call them genies when they would bounce, and I'm saying, less than 18 to 20 months at an agency. I mean, that's a red flag. I can understand your spouse gets a job and at one time you're moving over there and you may be gone from a reserve to a full-time status because now you need to pull in some more bacon for the family, and you were doing it as a reserve as opposed to another full-time job and just kind of doing it. I see a lot of those as well. But I believe Texas also got rid of the honorable through dishonorable on their what is that, the L5 card or whatever it's called. Now they have a different system, and obviously they still have to do the in-person meeting agency. The recruit left agency B. Now he's coming to agency A for money or whatever. The professional standards unit or the hiring unit within that agency now must go to every other agency he's been at while he's been a peace officer and basically pull the records and talk with their internals about thoughts on that person. And I think that's a great thing to do. I hope it's actually going on. Texas has always been pretty good at it. I know they're not perfect, but I know they're striving for it. And the new TCO they got going down there is doing a lot better at things.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They require you to, so the last one I did, you have to have the entire personal history in the packet. If not, you can get a violation from TCO.
I just want to say, Alan, your new man cave is nice, and you're looking crispy. Like, you're coming in clean, bro. I love it. So
Thank you.
I like the work that you did. I love it. So I want to get some.
It's glad to have a home and not in the middle of a living
I want to
room.
give Magdum's question here, or a statement, some kudos, because he said, what about when an officer resigns under investigation? That's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. That should be a red flag. That should be on the database. You should not be able, if we start investigating you and you leave, that is leaving under something less than honorable, in my opinion. So that should qualify. If you leave under investigation in lieu of firing or whatever, like, no, that's a check mark.
Well, I think that agency that has a specific officer under an investigation, he puts in his notice or just leaves because he thinks he's going to leave the fire pot of getting in trouble. I think that once the new agency, if they don't know about that yet, and they cue the state agency for records, it states you are unable to hire or do your hiring process until the investigation has been released from the previous agency. And then if that's the case and there's issues going on in the state of wherever, to have their Texas Rangers come assist with this investigation. This guy is he darting something? Is it a bad administration that it's actually doing the person wrong? Just to have that external thought on top of it.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point when it comes to is the department coming after him? Because sometimes that happens. Departments, they get a wild hair up their ass and they don't like this particular officer because he's doing whatever. And now they're like, and they're coming after him or whatever. So that's a good point to bring up too. Freeman Key said, but most areas are hurting so bad for cops, they will hire anyone. And I'm not gonna call you a liar, sir. You're not.
I'm going to jump in on that one really quickly. There's an old saying: people get the police department that they deserve, and they vote for. You vote for politicians. You listen to the news media. You decide you want to become an activist for whatever reason. And the people that are good, the so-called good cops, the minute they can retire, they do. And what you wind up getting is the B team. When you need help, that's who shows up, the B squad. And then when they're not available, you get the C squad. And if you have an agency that is, let's just say, subpar, because you are part of the reason that made it that way. The police, their community, they're made up of their community members. They're brought in from other parts of the United States. And the last thing I'll say is this: it is harder in the Baltimore Police Department, even where they're hiring the most, to get on the job when you are a former police somewhere else than if you had no police experience at all. It's much easier getting a job with no police experience because they have to retrain bad habits.
Right.
So I'll repeat that. We got a lot of bad agencies out there. A lot of people voted those jackwads in office that made it that way.
Yeah.
And and there's an officer down in Florida that's doing some amazing things. He's just created an app and off duty. What's his full handle, Eric?
Which one?
Off duty.
Nick Off Duty.
Yeah, Nick Off Duty has created this amazing app, and it's already out in Florida. I believe it's also maybe in Georgia, don't mark my words, or Alabama. But this really helps the recruit or person wanting to be hired find an agency that's got good stars, if you will. And it also helps the agency find a decent officer that's not friggin' ballooning all over the friggin' state. And I think that is one step. And this is coming from an officer that's created this.
Yeah,
by the way, Eric Reynolds is in the chat. Keto 50. Eric Reynolds, retired Boynton Beach, brother of mine. He's a good guy.
Yeah, we've been trying to link up to get Eric on the show with us.
You need to get him on the show. Yeah, and you need to have him tell you about the shooting he's involved in. It's a life-changing experience for him.
Yep, absolutely. Me and Eric, actually, we were going to do our normal, like the interview podcast that I do as well. We were going to just do an interview, and then his internet connection was jacked up because he does the camping stuff all the time.
Don't fall for that. Internet connection jacked up. He took a lame way out. He's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and so we tried to get him on, and then it fell through, and then we both got busy, and you know how this shit goes. It's not that I would never have him on. He's always welcome, and he knows that. And we actually plug his stuff on here quite a bit.
By the way, get his mother on too.
Banny's been doing keto, so we've.
I'm down 55 pounds from carnivore since January 2nd.
Full carnivore for me. Yeah.
By the way, Eric's mother's June Hawkins. She's a retired Miami-Dade police sergeant, I believe, and she retired. She was working the cocaine cowboy days in Miami-Dade in the homicide unit. She's a great, great story. Her and Eric, you both got to have on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Giving a shout out to Nick Off Duty since we were talking about him and his app that is, I think it's designed to get better, more qualified candidates in policing. So we definitely need to support him and what he's trying to do. I think that is crucial to getting the right people where they need to be and allowing departments to pick the cream of the crop. So that is what his app is doing. Make sure you guys give him some love out there. Nick Off Duty this is his YouTube channel that we got up here right now, but you can absolutely find him and his app over there. So let me stop sharing that. Let me go back. Show Me the Audits is on. What's up, Show Me Audits? I disagree with you get the force you deserve, at least in my state. My city police force is controlled by a governor through a board he appoints. We only have the mayor, and mayor is off 1/5.
Mayor's
And
up.
by the way, is the governor elected? And by the way, is that governor elected and appoints political bureaucrats to run the department? Yeah, you get the force you deserve because that person's been voted into office.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I don't know. For me, if you get force used on you, it's because of your actions. It has nothing to do with what's coming out of your mouth. Unless you're telling me I'm going to shoot you and you start reaching for your hand, but it's still based on your actions, but a little more on what your words are. So if you tell me you're going to shoot me and then you start digging, we got problems. If you have corrupt, this is from Centurion Tactical, which is still one of my favorite names. If you have a corrupt police department, you have a corrupt politicians above them. Yeah. Yeah. You damn right. Look at New Orleans. Enough said. New Orleans was, oh my God, especially during your heyday, John. That's why they have the consent decree over there and all that. They absolutely had bad stuff. K9 TV said Keto 50, 3 years carnivore. That's a commitment. 3 years. My problem is prepping. I would be keto all the time. I'll eat meat 24/7. I love it, but it's just a matter of prepping and having the food ready.
Swing through Whataburger and ask
3
for.
days are good.
What's that?
The first 3 days are the roughest. After that, you're good.
Yeah, I've done it. I did it for 4 months, I think, just because I wanted to see how I felt, see what it did to me. I'm still in the military, John. I don't know if you know that. So I got to do like my PT test and all that stuff. And it happened to be during that time. So when I first started doing the carnivore thing, like my run time, my push-ups, my sit-ups, everything dipped really hard. And so I got nervous. I was like, oh my God, is this but it was just my body adjusting. So once I got to like that 2-month window, everything started to go back up and it was getting better. Really what it was is I wasn't eating enough, even though I felt like I was eating all the time. So that was the big thing with me on the carnivore diet. Mr. Billfold said, democracy is the theory that the common people know what they want and deserve to get it good and hard and deserve to get it good and hard. Yeah, Mr. Billfold is one of our big supporters. And John, one of the odd things that we do on here that most people don't is our big supporters. We'll give them a voice if they want it, and we'll put them on the show with us. And Mr. Billfold is one of those that we've had on the show a couple times now. And we let people get on here and talk and share their feelings and give their expertise and whatever it is. So it's kind of interesting. I think it makes it fun. Centurion Tactical said the United States Air Force PT test equals joke. All right, fuckers.
Have you seen some of those Air Force people, especially the PJs, the parajumpers? They are no joke. They are no joke, and they are physically fit.
Yeah, and I'll admit, there's the PJs, and then there's security forces, which is way down here.
Yeah.
And I'm security forces.
Drop it all, or is it going to stay up here?
As I like to tell people, I'm SF.
Yeah.
No. Hey, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, Centurion. If you're gonna make jokes, you've better served. That's the rule. You can't make fun of military if you haven't served.
I'm sure he has with that name, but you never know.
Yeah, Wolfie92 said, thought the Air Force PT test was putting together an office chair the fastest. Fuck you guys. You know what? I'm taking my show and I'm going home. I'm turning this off.
If y'all keep it up with Erik, he's going to take a nap. So leave him
right. After he puts that office chair together really quickly.
That's an Air Force nap, you fuckers. The carnivore diet's easy. Just get McDonald's cheeseburgers. Yeah, I know. I like In-N-Out. I would go to In-N-Out and do a stack, man. Just do four patties with cheese. And that was it. But loved it. Marine Blood said, did you miss Two Cops, One Donut while they're offline? Now you don't have to. Join the Discord. There is our Discord channel across the screen. Please do. And another thing that I want to put across the screen is we learned recently that YouTube really takes its chunk out of us. They take so much of our profits to keep this show running. So from our own people, specifically Mr. Billfold, so I'm going to give him another shout out because he's my bearded savior. He got us on this thing called Buy Me a Coffee. So if you want to donate to the show, I am putting the link in the chat right now. This takes the money out of YouTube's hand and puts most of it back into the show, which you guys are supporting. So if that's what you would like to do, I got it across the screen right now. You know us, we're not big into promoting, giving us money. I don't want you guys to give us your hard-earned money. But if you feel the need and you want to support what we're doing, there it is. So I would prefer your help with just getting people to like, follow, subscribe. So if you guys can do that, that means the most to us. So thank you very much. But let's keep going.
Keep it up. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. And my mom. So John, my mom's on here, by the way. She never misses a show.
Good for her.
And she said, don't forget large water, Eric. Yeah. I do not like large open water. So I am not going to be on any sort of Navy stuff or anything like that. Perry Lemley said Air Force PJs actually work with the Navy SEALs. Yes, they do. They are badass. Jim Miner in the house. Give a shout out to him. He said, Banning, I just started that diet. Ryan Holzinger, the U.S. Air Force is generally considered to have the least physically demanding basic training and physical fitness requirements compared to other branches like the Army or Marines. You're not wrong, but what you're not mentioning is it has the highest intellectual standards that are out there. So no shade to our Navy intel guys too, because those guys are badass as well. But the Marines and the Army, y'all know you ain't got it. So I'm gonna talk shit while I can. Okay. We're gonna wait for Banning to get back. John, I'm gonna bring you back over here.
Okay.
Now your radio show, how long have you had that going?
Since March of 2017. And we actually on radio since October 2017. We've been growing pretty much every month. And the secret is I tell radio stations is that we do for radio what Investigation Discovery Channel does for television. So it's people actually telling their story from their experience. And about 25 to 30% of it is investigating crimes from those who've done it, the realities of it. The other 75 to 80% of my guests talking about trauma they went through, how it impacted them, and most importantly, what they did to build their lives afterwards. And the trauma is often crime-based, but not always. And it's not always first responders, military. It's also military. It's victims of crime. It's heart attack. People lost a husband or spouse due to heart attack. So it covers the spectrum, but it's not preachy. It's not lectury. It's not experts, even though a lot of our guests are experts. It is about what they went through. And that's been the secret to I think, our success. It's providing a platform for them to tell their stories.
Okay. Now, on your show, when you provide this platform and all of that, how does it differ from podcasting, for one? Because I know you do the podcasting side, but you're syndicated radio, which is a totally different thing for me. Because I personally don't. You've explained it to me, and I kind of understood it once you told me, but I don't know that everybody else out there understands the difference between that syndicated radio and podcasting.
The biggest difference is this. Number one, we have a lot of listeners in the state of California. We have a lot of listeners in the state of Texas. We don't have that many in Pennsylvania. So if someone wants to come in and talk about Pennsylvania law, it's got very little appeal to people in California or Texas. So that's why we stick with personal experience and we stick with evergreen content. For example, the podcast version of the show I just released yesterday was on Sunday, which was yesterday. I'm losing track of my days. Was a woman that she lost everything in Hurricane Katrina. And it brought up a lot of I want to say, lack of better words, repressed memories, and how she built her life afterwards, including going back to school, getting her master's, getting her doctorate, writing a book, learning how to have better relationships, all a result of this thing called Hurricane Katrina, where she says half a Lake Pontchartrain wound up in her living room. So there's a lot to be heard and take from the experience of other people. That's what I do with my show. So it's really about their story. It's not about their lectures. And it's really not about, here's 2 rules I have. I don't do trials by media. And we don't give any publicity to bad guys, period. We don't listen to their name. We don't give their manifestos. We don't give any of that stuff. I refuse to do that. It's their stories. You tell your story, great. That's all that's required.
Yeah. I'm going to destroy Centurion Tactical real quick because he fucked up right here. I was an Army MP instructor. Army is the proponent for LE in the DoD, and that's why Air Force copy and paste, which that's how I'd expect an Army guy to spell Army regs. Sir, I just want to put it out there that the Air Force has, since probably your time, they have their own academy with their own set of instructions that are not a copy and paste of the Army. And you know how I know that? Because when you guys are on post, you're not allowed to have a round in the chamber. Air Force guys do. Just saying. Mic drop. Ah. One of my best friends from growing up, he's an E9 in the Army, and he's actually a badass. He's an airborne ranger, and E9 is as high as you can go in the enlisted side. So you either get there because you're really good at politics or you're a war hero. He sucks at politics. So shout out to my buddy Eric Paz. But all right, Banning's back. All right, let's agree, Wolfie. I need to add stuff to it. It's not good coffee. It's not good coffee. All right, we're gonna get to the we're an hour in. And again, John, if you got a jet at any time, please let us know.
I'm going to walk my dog in a little bit, but I want to see your first body cam video.
Yeah, because we typically kind of go with the audience. If they're still rocking and rolling and enjoying, we're probably sitting around a few hundred to a couple thousand right now. Even though the way that Restream works, it gets the numbers all messed up. So we've got quite a few people watching right now, and so we just kind of go off of them. But yeah, so for those listening, if you've never seen what we do before on the body cam reviews, we pull up body cam videos that most of us have never seen. Hopefully none of us have never seen. If we have, we tell you we've seen it and we bow out and let the rest of us speak. But we will pretend that we're the officer in the call. And then we go from there on how we would handle the call. So there's some pausing and some discussion with the audience. So you guys can ask questions, make statements and stuff like that, and we'll address them as we go. It's kind of a unique way to do it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to give a shout out. I'm going to share the screen here. Now Eric won't talk shit about the Marines because he knows Bandit. No, Eric's never going to talk shit about the Marines because they're usually the first in. And I fully admit that. Now, the Navy and the Air Force will soften the target for them to get in, but I'm not going to talk shit because we do it from miles away while you guys are up close and personal. Marines, Air Force has to have heroes, and the Marines are it, baby. So the Army are just like fucking asshole. All right, let me share this screen here. All right, we're going to give credit where credit is due. Police activity, where most of these videos are from tonight. We got some other videos that you guys sent in that are not from police activity, so we'll get to those in a little bit. I want John to be a part of the body cam review stuff. So shout out to Police Activity YouTube channel. They got 6.65 million subscribers. Make sure you find them at Police Activity for YouTube. All right, let's go to our first video here. Share this tab. And biggie size this screen. And okay, you guys know the deal. We haven't seen this, and let's see what happens. This is a 2 minutes 51 second video. My brother broke into my house and threatened to kill me. I'm scared he'll do it before help can get here. St. John's County 911. What's your emergency? All right, I'm going to pause it right away because this is the first time we've ever seen this format. This is new.
This is that text 911.
Yeah, text 911. This is different. So
it's been a standard for about a year and a half now.
Yeah,
for
well, I
all
mean,
agencies had
yeah.
to accept it, so it's awesome.
Yeah, this is the first time I've actually seen it in action, so this is kind of
It's pretty
interesting.
cool.
The victim said, "Please don't have them come with their lights and sirens or their lights on because I'm scared it'll hurt me." Dispatcher said, "We have units coming."
That's it. Right there, it's bad.
Yeah.
You got a trailer with a sign, hand painted sign on the door. You know it's going downhill very quickly.
Yeah. I don't mean to judge, but that's not. I'm judging what I see right now. It's not going to go well.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's obviously it's going to go south very quickly.
Yeah. This is looking. That is freaking nice. I'm going through the comments. The first thing Erik will do on Discord after the show is post a picture of him and Andy kissing. Oh, they're talking about the picture from last week. That's hilarious. Oh shit. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, so we've decided to make entry in the house. Why? So that's the question people are going to ask. John, I'll let you handle it.
First of all, look, I understand the need for patrol rifles. I understand the need for all that stuff. Why were they armed at the door and hit it with a sledgehammer? Well, information that is not available because something just doesn't add up right there.
Well, from the text message, she said that her brother was breaking into the house and that she was scared that he was coming in to hurt her. So that could be.
But how many times have we had calls where they said, "Oh, so and so has a gun and a shot," and it's a false call? They just did get the police there faster. So you can't always go by what the 911, even when they tell the dispatcher, because that doesn't hold true often case. But why is that cop there with a rifle pointed at the door when we don't know what's on the side of the door? Number one. Number two, why are they hitting it with a sledgehammer? Just based off of what the person said to 911, and whether it be text or otherwise.
Man, right on the nose, baby. That's right what I was thinking too. I love it. Yeah, because you basically just made entry into somebody's home, which is like that's their castle. And you went off of a text message. That could have been a disgruntled girlfriend, ex-girlfriend that knows his new girlfriend's in the house. And you just made entry, so that could be an issue. Let's keep going.
443 St. John's front doors open. Justin, it's the sheriff's office. Come out with your hands up.
Ooh, they're using first names. That's a sign. This might be somebody they've dealt with before.
I bet they've been to that house.
Come out
here. House is a rough, loose term.
You throw a coke can? Yeah. Justin, it's the sheriff's office. Come out now with your hands up. We know you're in there. We still have not had a visual on anyone yet. Justin, come out now.
Okay, so if this is my call, I need to know where my victim is. That's going to be my big concern. Where's my victim? I'm going to be yelling for her. Hey, if you're Sandra, I'm just making up a name. Sandra, if you're in there, say something. Let us know you're there. I need to know that you're okay. Bannon, you got anything on this?
No, I'm tracking right along with you. Same train of thought.
Okay. Let's just keep going.
He's talking back.
Okay, so they can hear him.
There he goes. He's squirreled in the back. We can take this room right here.
Good communication. I like that. He's got eyes on. I'm not necessarily agreeing with knocking the door open. They may have more information that we don't know. So I'll put that caveat out there. There may be more info that we weren't privy to on police activity. So Tim, $10 says has a wife beater on. Oh shit. Okay. I'm not going to take that bet because you're probably right. So, all right, let's keep going.
Justin, it's the sheriff's office. Come out. He's down that hallway right there. Close the back door. I'll let the women out of here. We can go about our business. Okay, you're going to come out now with your hands up.
So he just offered to let the women out so they can go about their business? Alan, you got anything on that?
Right now, you're going to treat everybody the same, like, trying to figure out, who the caller was, because they could be just pulling you there to the scene.
Yeah, we're in a weird spot right now. Everybody, for me, every single person that gets pulled out is going to probably be, cuffed and detained and checked real quick while we figure it out. Steve Wallace in the house. I always like giving Steve a shout out. Never misses an episode. I don't think Steve's ever missed one, but let's keep going here.
Yes, you are. Let me see your hands. Justin, let me see your hands. He's going out back door. Hey, let me see your fight. He's got a knife. Justin.
Good communication again by this officer. He's saying everything he's seeing. Calm voice. He's not yelling and hyper excited. I'm liking. John, you got anything to add on this?
Yeah, I'm not liking the way this whole thing's going down. I feel like there's a lot that we're missing out on, but here's where the verbal judo, from my experience, will come in. And I like the communication, but he is not being assertive with that guy. He's letting the guy call the shots. And you need to let this guy know, if he's armed with a knife, the next step you make, you're going to get plugged.
Yeah.
And you got to let them know in no uncertain terms that this is a line you do not cross.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, because the argument that you make is that a reasonable and prudent person wouldn't just go arm themselves with a knife. Now, if I'm going to be fair and objective, you just went into somebody's house without a warrant.
Right.
So I say he's got every right to be armed. So we've got that. Banning, you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, just the whole castle law, unless, this is a beat officer that's well versed with his family. If it's unfortunately a repeat call house, he may have some inside knowledge. They may have been able to catch up on some case notes and saw some pictures of people involved and whatnot. Hopefully they're doing their due diligence on the way to call to get as much information as they can.
Yeah, I'm a big constitutionalist when it comes to my home. I do not like entering a home based off of a text. And I think that's what John was kind of getting to there as well. Like, it's got tainted written all over it for getting in this home based on a text. But again, there's a lot of information we may not have. So let's just keep going.
All right, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Justin, get on the ground. He's going to get hit again.
Easy. Okay. Now, beanbag round came out. I saw the red sling. I don't like the not announcing it, because what we can get is sympathetic fire when we hear a gunshot if we're amped up. Now, I think this officer that's talking is acting very calm. I think he knows what he's doing. But we have seen too many videos of people being super amped up. And if you get somebody that comes in with a taser or with a less than lethal beanbag round or whatever, and they fire around without announcing it, it can create sympathetic fire where somebody just starts shooting their gun because they think that there's a threat that somebody else saw that they didn't. So we got to be careful. This guy didn't announce it.
Get down. Scoot over. No, don't put you. Justin, Justin, do not. Get down. Justin. Get down. Justin, get on the ground.
I don't like the crossfire they just created there.
No. That's one of those. That's what I was about to speak to. Is that's one of those things when you respond to these situations, is you get in one of those. We all know what how this layout of a mobile home is going to be, and trying to get multiple officers in there and not be on top of each other, plus all the stuff they have in there. It's
No
chaos.
Word Salad said swatting. That's basically what this call is. It's a swatting call. And that's one of the things that you got to watch out for. So, Sparky was like, crossfire. Yeah, that was bad crossfire. That's where the communication needs to come in as well. So.
Now, I will say that's the one nice thing with having a rifle on scene, where you can, you have a better shot than just a pistol.
The back door. You're about to get.
Now, I'm sorry. I'm not just going to hold my taser outside of a door that I've got no eyes on the person. I see Banning's eyes. It's funny, Banning. We've worked together so long now. I can read your eyes watching the video. Come on, buddy. Speak it. Tell me.
Man, it just infuriates me. You know, we're going to be communicating on the way to the call if it's a decently trained department. You know, if somebody's going less lethal, that's going to be known. You know, if you're going to switch from lethal to less lethal, which in a lot of cases I don't know why we're doing that, but it's going to be known. It's going to be communicated. Just you know as well as I do, especially when the X26 came out, the first taser, when those blast doors came off, it almost sounded like a shot. And that sympathetic fire, like on a felony traffic stop or whatever, and they're bringing them back. Unfortunately, this caused sympathetic fire at many agencies because of the training. You know, it starts from the training officer down, but this, you know, standing outside that back door with a friggin' less lethal like that, that's just, you're just begging for it, man. And that's training. It's not on that officer. It's on the training of the agency. And I'm not saying the agency's horrible, but in this, it just doesn't look great.
Sparky brings up a good point here. The problem with the long gun is the over-penetration with the sheet metal and the wood paneling. 100%. That round's going to keep going because when it goes through a body of a person, it just keeps going. It doesn't stop. So he's not wrong. The benefit is we're out in the sticks. So
And I'm gonna speak on that just for 1 second. The long guns. Unfortunately, with the officers that I know across the country, which is just like John and you, it's quite a few. There's some agencies that aren't checking after they leave the range, and they're going out running on the street with FMJs, full metal jacket, you know, friggin' rounds, not knowing. And then they get into a situation like this, and if it's in a big trailer park, you miss your intended target. That's going to go through 10 or 12 walls. Before it comes to a stop, destroying everything in its friggin' path. So to those departments, make sure your guys are getting their duty ammo back in those mags before they hit the street.
Absolutely. All right, let's keep going here.
Lay down! Now! Lay down! Lay the down on his stomach. Go get tased.
All right, what is your view of this guy right now from your experience, just looking at him and his behavior? What are you thinking? Who's going to go first?
I'll jump in here. This guy, he's showing signs of submission. However, he's got a hand that's secreted. I'd be very concerned about what's in that hand until he is down flat on his stomach with his hands out. Do not take your head off the swivel. That's still a threat.
He seems doped up to me. That's the point I was getting to. I agree with you about his hands, but to me, the way his eyes are, I'm going to go back just slightly. We'll go back a few seconds. Just his demeanor when he comes around this corner seems dope.
You're about to get tased. Lay down! Now! Lay down! Lay the down on his stomach. Go get tased.
Wobbly head.
Keep your hands over your head.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Oh, it's not letting me. There it goes. Let me go back just a little bit.
Keep your hands over your head. Lay the down on his stomach. Go get tased.
The eyes.
Keep your hands over your head.
Dope.
Put them behind you. Put your hands out in front of you. Hey guys, just hold him. We got it. I got it. Come in. Put your hands behind your back. Stand up. Thank you.
I don't like how nonchalant they are. They already talked about other people being in that residence.
Hey, what do you know? A video that nobody got shot.
Read the details on that, Eric, just so we have a little bit more knowledge on it.
Let me get to that. St. Augustine, Florida, which isn't that like the oldest city in the United States?
Yep.
During the early morning hours of June 28, 2025, St. Johns County deputies responded to the disturbance at a residence in St. Augustine. A male subject, later identified as 35-year-old Justin Troy Locke, had forced entry into the home, armed himself with a machete, attempted to set the home on fire, and began threatening the victim. The victim feared for her life and utilized text to 911 so the suspect would not hear her talking to the dispatchers. Responding deputies made entry into the home and utilized a 40-millimeter less lethal launcher to effectively end the confrontation and take Locke into custody. He was charged with attempted arson, assault, burglary, and resisting a law enforcement officer with violence. St. Johns County Sheriff's Office shared a reminder that texting 911 is an option in situations where a person can't make the call. So it was never addressed about them making entry or anything like that. Sparky said, I'm curious, did they use their RTCC during the text to 911? I'm going to imagine they did not. Text to 911 is typically for the dispatchers and not for, it's not that the real-time crime center probably monitored and was trying to, tap in through their body cameras to help as best they could, but probably not a lot for them to do. So yeah, good video. All right, we're gonna go to another video, John. If you're still interested,
one more.
Okay, it's fun, isn't it? It's fun. I like doing it. All right, let me share the screen. All right, let's biggie size. Wow. All right, this one is 5 minutes 56 seconds long, and again, it is from Police Activity. Shout out to Police Activity. We are using their videos. Credit to them. All right, Wolfie92, thanks for showing up, buddy. Oh, I like they gave the little audio thing. All right, I'll just stop it here and say we got no audio, so we don't know what's being said, but the officers are apparently trying to make contact with this person, and he's immediately turning and taking a fighting stance. He's not cooperating. I can tell you that right now. Banning, you got anything to add?
Nope.
All right, I figured that'd be pretty easy. Still got 10 more seconds. All right, now your boys. Oh, he pushed the officer to the ground. Okay, we're talking. Oh, he's reaching into his pocket.
What's in your hand?
What is in your hand? What you mean, what's in my hand?
What's you on your hand? What's you on your hand?
Put it down!
Put it down now!
Put your gun.
Put it down!
Yep. Okay. Things have changed drastically. What do you think, John?
Well, first of all, I'm going to go back, and I'm old school. So they started losing control when they played that pity pat smack hands thing. Instead of, if guy shows me that he's going into a bladed position,
yes,
makes his hand in a fist, he don't have to say nothing. I'm going to nail him.
John, you just made Erik so happy.
If he tells me he's going to hit me, I'm going to nail him as hard as I can, and I'm going to make sure he does not get back up. Everything after that point should never have happened.
Yes.
He was clearly, when you looked at him walking away, you could see that part of his hoodie was weighted down.
Yep.
There was something in there. So this whole philosophy of use of force never looks good. Physical use, going hands-on, never looks good. It's like sausage. People love it, but no one wants to see it being made. If you got to hit someone, you've got to use force. Do it. Get it over with as quickly as possible. Be devastating, be quick, and get it done. Get the guy cuffed, then retrieve the gun. Now it's a free-for-all. The guy's got distance. He's got a gun. It doesn't look good at all.
Yep. And this is part of the thing that I preach all the time on this show, is that if you handle business up front, what's the worst that happened? We beat the shit out of this guy. He gets some lumps. Okay. Doesn't look good. But as soon as we pull that gun out of his hoodie, guess what he is? He's alive with some lumps.
That's right.
Because we handled business up front because of his behavior. But what we got and what I see is a very unconfident officer that hesitated because he wasn't confident in his training. And because he hesitated, now we're going to get a higher use of force because he pussyfooted around. And now this is what we're going to get. And I have never seen this video, but I can tell you right now, this guy's probably going to get shot. And it didn't need to happen, but it happened because we had a pussified officer. And he didn't, I think there's two of them there. When you went to go hands-on, I'm sorry, guys, a use of force is a use of force. It doesn't matter if you flick somebody in the forehead or you punch them in the face. In the eyes of the court, it's a use of force. It doesn't matter how hard or how vicious it is. It's all the same. You already went hands-on. You've used force. Take him down and handle fucking business. Now we're probably going to have a dead person because you were a sissy.
That's right.
Or a dead civilian, somebody that's got no involvement with this walking
rampant
by.
Browns.
You could have ended this earlier.
Yes.
Period.
And this is where I get upset. This is why I preach BJJ or whatever. I'm a BJJ fan. I think that's the best thing for cops, just personal opinion. But let's say you're a Sambo guy, a wrestling guy, whatever it is. Either way, take this motherfucker to the ground. Control him. Don't allow him to get into his hoodie. You chose this profession. When you choose this profession, you take it seriously. And if you don't take it seriously, this is the results. So, and again, I haven't seen this, but let's find out what happens.
Now!
A fucking shooting range.
It never should have happened.
Never should have happened.
Number one, the cop's got no cover. Doesn't even concealment. It's got nothing. He's in a wide open, and he let this guy get distance from him.
Yep.
If he took care of business, if he controlled the hands to begin with, this never would have escalated to use of deadly force. He'd never be in a position of no concealment, no cover, nothing. That would never happen.
Yep. Yeah. John, I just want to let you know, everybody on our following here that was wondering about you, you just confirmed they like you. I promise you with that statement alone. So, Eye of the Night said, I mean, it was a catch-up feature. They turned on the body-worn camera late. Should have been on much earlier. Yeah, you're not wrong. They should have been on. The thing is, this was a call, and you guys know my stance on body cams. Your camera needs to be turned on the moment you accept the call. Not the moment you arrive on scene, not the moment that you see the guy you think's involved. It needs to be punched on the moment you accept the call. If you want to get closer to the call and then turn it on as you accept it, I'm okay with that because you may have a 10-minute drive. I don't expect you to keep your body camera on for 10 minutes of nothingness for you to arrive. I turn the son of a bitch on the moment that you accept the call. And don't
and
go ahead, Benny.
I was just going to say, man, I know Jay's got to leave soon, but just to add to this, and Jay, I think we've spoke about it before. I was in K9 for almost 10 years of my career. And for us to go out and a lot of great agencies, good agencies that want good dogs, when we go out to get a dual purpose canine dog for whatever application you're going to use it for, dual purpose usually stands for a patrol dog, one that can engage physically with somebody, and then narcotics and tracking, evidence recovery, etc. We put the dog through a fear test. Why are we not doing this with people in the academy? Think about that. I mean, we put the dog through a true fear test in a bite suit, sometimes hidden sleeve suit. And if your dog fails to engage based off of fear, it doesn't make the cut for the street. And that goes for these rookie friggin' officers in the academy. Blessings to them for wanting to go to the academy and to serve their friggin' communities that they love and that they live in or whatever. But if you can't cut the mustard on fear out there, we've got these COVID babies. I could go and talk for hours. The one that don't friggin' actually take a DT, defensive tactics class. They're learning it on YouTube, and their state agency is approving this and allowing them to go into an FTO phase and be hired somewhere, and they've never even arrested another adult person. No, you have no business being on the friggin' street. And this shit right here, if you're taking the top and that person, your friggin' partner needs to be on legs. Get them to the friggin' ground. Shame on you for getting in this shooting.
That's right.
I'm sure they're great people, but shame on you for getting in this shooting. And where does it start? It starts with the chief. Let's make sure we have prepared people truly serving our community out there. I'm sorry, but it just pisses me off sometimes.
Unnecessary. It didn't have to get this far. So Constitution Country Girl News said, are all those shots necessary? Now, This is my thing. I think yes. You shoot until you see the threat go down. One of the big differences, and this is Country Girl, I have a feeling you're a shooter as it is. So I want you to consider this. When you're out and you're shooting a target, whether it's a steel target, whether it's a paper target, we have instant reaction or instant, what's the word I'm looking for? You see it. You see that you shot the paper target. You see or hear that you shot the steel target. You know that you hit your target. So you're getting that instant feedback. When you shoot a body with a person or a shirt on or anything like that, you can't see the rounds go in. You can't see anything other than their reaction to it and hoping that you're hitting them. So you're waiting till they go down. And in this, that's exactly what you just saw, is they just fired until the guy went to the ground. And that's the difference between shooting at the range and shooting in real life.
Yep.
Is you don't get that feedback that you normally are used to in the range. Because
if you're giving your officers 50 rounds and a target every year, saying you got to score 80 on this, 90, 100, even if it's 100, and you're shooting paper and that's the only thing you're doing, shame on you. You're going to get an incident like this. Where did the first 3 or 4 rounds go?
Yeah.
Not on target.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, where did they go? Did hopefully they got that figured out. We all have somebody injured. Friggin' blocking half a win.
Centurion nailed it. Instant confirmation. That's exactly what I was looking for. Confirmation. Yeah, you're doing these confirmation checks constantly, and I catch myself doing it during qualifications. I'll bust out, you get 2 rounds in 3 seconds, reload, 3 rounds, 4 seconds, and so I'm like, bam, bam, and I'm looking real quick just to see, did I hit it? Did I fucking hit the target? You can't help it. It's a bad training habit. I've got it. And so in the street, you don't get that same thing. Sparky S2 said, the first question I always ask new hires, have you ever been in a fight? I actually had a person say, yes, I had a cosplay sword fight. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. That's a common thing. I've been with you on that as an instructor. I was an academy instructor for 3 years. And I remember in my own academy classes, I would say 50 to 60% had been in a real fight, raised their hand and been in a real fight. And I'm going to guarantee that when John went through, it was probably closer to 70 to 80% had been in a real fight, if not more. And then you talk today, you're lucky if you got 1 or 2 out of an academy class of 50 or more that have ever been in a real fight.
Right.
John, has that been your experience?
Number one, it's the real fight is one thing. It's the old saying is, have you ever been punched in the nose? If you've never been punched in the nose, it's survivable, and you can make it through it. It's going to hurt like hell. Your eyes going to tear up. Everything that's going to happen. But I was going to add in really quickly before I left. I was in one of my last shootings. I was in. It was revolver days. It was with a guy who did a armed robbery murder, stole the victim's Corvette, was coming down the street, shooting at me with a .45, hit my police car head on. We had a running gunfight. And the first 4 rounds, I didn't know if I shot ducks are flying by or if I shot him. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of the street. He was trying to reload and he was having difficulty. I ran up and tackled him and took him down. And it was forceful. But the reason he was having difficulty is I shot him in the wrist. I didn't know it. So of the 4 rounds, if the guy's still active, you keep on firing. If you need to, you reload and you keep on firing until the threat is over with. That's the reality of what it's like on the street. And by the way, Banning made a great point. Paper targets don't shoot back at you. They're not running. You're not running. All that stuff's not happening. We could talk about the range all day long. It's not like real life. It's nothing like real life.
And that brings me to Magnum's point when he said, but far too many officers are lacking in ability. They don't get the practice in. I train moving targets, me moving from the draw, etc. You have to train that way. And I agree 100%. Now, one of the things I would love to brag about, I'll say at least you got to run, John? All right, man.
I got to run. Be good, everybody.
Before they go, tell them how to find you.
Yeah, just go to letradio.com. That's letradio.com. I'm really big on Facebook. Just search for the Law Enforcement Talk Radio Show Facebook page and join me there. Appreciate it, guys. We'll do it again soon.
Appreciate you, John. Thank you, brother. So one of the things that I would love to brag about is at my department, which will go unnamed, that's what they're doing. They're training, shooting, and moving. I fucking love it. Red dots, everything. So I'm with you, Magnum. That's absolutely what needs to be trained. But most of the time, what are they doing? They're shooting a static target from a static position and getting their qualification in with the minimal amount of rounds possible to save money. And it's sad because some departments are just set up for failure. They don't have the money. I'm glad. It seems like a lot of people really like John, so that makes me happy. I even warned John before we got going, guys. I told him, I said, hey, man, I was like, our audience is different. It's not an echo chamber.
Our audience is the real United States. It's right. The audience. It's the audience.
Yes. And so I know John's page and his so if you guys do go listen to his channel and all that stuff, guys, it's pro law enforcement. I just don't want that to dissuade you. Here's one of the things I wanted to point out is you just heard John being him real self and telling you how he polices and all that stuff. But if you go to his page and you're like, oh, it's a bootlicker page, you know that's not true now because you gave him a chance on here to hear how he really is and what he does. But his show is just happens to be pro law enforcement about good stories about law enforcement. So don't hold that type of thing against people because you think they're cop-splaining or they're doing whatever. You just heard an old school motherfucker get on here and tell you exactly all the same shit. I mean, he went and tackled a guy that shot at him. That should say enough.
After slamming into his freaking cruiser and a stolen freaking Corvette.
You know, this guy's like Jerry Worms that's on right now. Need to also train when your gun's jammed, train and clear to get back in the fight. Absolutely. So I love it. Tim in the background. Guys, I want to give a shout out to my mods tonight. They are killing it. Tim is on here. Marine Blood's on here. I think we've even got, even though he's not a mod, Mr. Billfold, I think he is out there helping out as well. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all your guys' help in the background. It does not go unnoticed. And I am working currently to get you guys rewarded. So I want you guys to know that. I'm working on something in the background to try to get you guys compensated for your help as a thank you from me. Not that you guys did it to get any rewards. I know you didn't. You did it because you believe in what we're doing. So that's just me wanting to get you guys something. So I'm working on it. But all right. I want to get, let me see. I really don't think there's any need to watch the rest of this video. So I want to get to some of the videos that they sent us, especially the one, and I've seen this. I think you guys have seen this one too. So I just want to talk about it. The paralyzed guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm going to pull up that one. This one's going to be a shout out to the civil rights attorney or civil rights lawyer. So I'm going to share, stop sharing. Damn it. Hold on a second, banning. Share. Okay. Now it's Biggie says this one. All right. Here we go. Now let's.
In Texas, one is 100% blind and the other is a paraplegic. Cops pull them over and order them out of the car.
Step out for me, sir.
I do not consent to a search. This is unlawful.
All right, I need you to get out of the car, sir.
I do not have a fucking wheelchair. You idiot. My legs do not work.
One can't see and one can't walk. So what did the cops do?
Okay, well then we're going to search the car with you sitting in it.
That's illegal, sir.
So no, it's not, sir. Odor of marijuana is a probable cause for a search.
You can't search a vehicle with somebody.
All right. Let me first start out by saying, if homeboy can't see, which you can clearly tell your boy is blind, and your other boy can't walk, I don't care what you self-medicate with. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck.
That's when you start being thankful for what you have.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
And slide on to something else that freaking counts.
Oh my God.
This shit right here.
Oh
man.
my God. That was the first thing across my fucking mind. These guys have a hard enough life. Now I get it. You got to do a little due diligence. Make sure you ain't bullshitting about being paralyzed. I don't know how you're going to do that, but I'd be like, really, bro? You paralyzed? Like for real? And he'd be like, yeah, my wheelchair's in the back, whatever it is. However you're going to confirm it. But at the same time, you can kind of read the room. Girl's instantly in the back pissed. He can't fucking walk and he can't see. Like, all right. So get the fuck out of here. How in the fuck? I'm going to get mad. Banning. You know what? Alan.
Oh, I know.
Alan,
I'm right there with you, man.
Take over with your new room. Take over. Tell me, what would you
do?
So
I think it's one of those things that you just got to understand. Like, you can see when somebody's paralyzed, like how they hold themselves. Actually, funny story. My son actually was in a pursuit not too long ago, and the passenger was paralyzed. So he's like trying to order him out.
Can be a part of crime.
Yeah, but he's like trying to call him out of the vehicle, and then he finally realized, oh crap, I've got to sit with this dude in the car until somebody comes to help me.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you do your job like you normally do, but you have to be able to adapt and change with the situation, and that's definitely one of those where you have to go, oh crap, I'm screwing this up. Like,
right.
The dude can't walk.
What movie are we talking about here, Ward?
Here, see no evil, hear no evil.
Oh,
is what he's talking about, I think.
Right.
Classic.
Oh, yeah, movie. That went over my head. I was like, what movie are we talking about? I get what you're saying now. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, bro, this infuriates me. Me. So I'm just... This is a longer video, guys. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I don't know. And again, I don't want to jump all over civil rights video. I don't have the full raw body cam. So,
okay, then you're going to have to get the fuck out of the car, dude. Then get out of the car.
I'm asking you to get out of the car,
He cannot. He doesn't have a wheelchair, sir. He cannot. Please, sir.
Good for this guy too, by the way. I would have land fished right away. Oh, you want me out of the car? Fuck it. And just head dive out. All right, motherfucker, pick me up.
Yep.
I would have ate it for everything it's worth. I'd have been like, pick me up, bitch. Like, what an asshole.
He doesn't. He cannot walk. He cannot walk. Please.
Okay, do not crawl out into...
You did this. Y'all told me to get out of the vehicle. I told y'all I did not have my wheelchair. I have no use of my legs.
Well, if you're going to crawl yourself over that way.
Unfucking believable. Unfucking real. Fired.
What
Fired.
agency?
Immediately. Fuck you.
Eric, did you catch what agency this was?
Not yet. I'm sure.
We got a smart crowd out there. Somebody send me a Discord message on what agency this is. Somebody said it's in Texas.
Are you fucking serious? Crawl on a situation that you just created over the odor of marijuana. Holy shit. Watch out. We've got the biggest criminal in the world.
He's got a freaking, this is the head of the cartel. He just stopped for crying out loud. Come on.
Unreal. I can't, I don't have another fucking word for it. Unreal. I just can't fathom it. I cannot fathom. This seems like a skit to me.
I got another word for it, but we wouldn't be able to broadcast anymore. Right? So let's just continue.
Country girl. She's like, it gets worse. I know. I've seen it. I'm just as mad now as I was the first time I watched it. So unbelievable.
Sir.
I don't want to step on his stuff, so I'm going to...
All right, so two digital marketers walk into a coffee shop. One orders a blend of search and social. The other orders the same.
Okay.
There's an insane amount of for off the market. Best friends. One that is some really walking up to this small town, taking them hunting and fishing. So the script almost writes itself here. This small town, terrible police department ends up pulling over these two best...
DeKalb?
DeKalb.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Texas is huge, y'all. So Banning and Alan, I actually lean on you too because you're fucking native. So, well, Banning's pretty much a native. You've been here a long time. All right, let's keep going.
Friends, the paralyzed guy and the blind guy over a license plate light. So from the beginning...
I didn't know that part. Over a license plate light. Oh my God. Unbelievable. I want to punch him.
It's in Bowie County up near Texarkana.
I want to punch him in the fucking throat. I want to punch him in the throat. I want to punch him in the throat, Banning.
Population was 59.
I want to punch him in the throat. I've never wanted to throat punch somebody so hard in my life. I'm sorry. I've watched it, but I never got the explanation of what it was for. I did not know it was for a license.
And then they smelled weed.
Wow,
That's what
watch
we're
out.
worried about.
Watch out. The devil's lettuce. We got some fucking trained killers out here. Must be cartel.
It was a fishing expedition. This is where it begins with the officers walking up to this Cadillac with these two best friends inside. And also in a
Cadillac with a trailer hitch, by the way. Just saying. That's always comical to me, a car with a trailer hitch. But let's keep going.
Adorable dog that will actually play a central role in what is
Freeman, watch your mouth. He goes, the cops previously shot the blind guy in the face, so you know he loves cops. Shut the fuck. What an asshole. That's funny though. I'll give you that. Oh my god. All right, let's keep going. I'm so angry
to happen.
Oh, wait, Mr. Billfold goes, this is why people hate police. This is a department-wide issue. Yeah, all four of them. Yeah, all four of them, Mr. Billfold. Goddamn, we need to get Erik a YouTube subscription. Eventually, guys, we're getting there. Mama G, Erik's speech.
Oh, I put it up there. I'm trying to put it up there too.
Stop clicking shit. I got it. Erik's speechless. First time I've seen that. That probably is the first time on here. Son of a bitch. Oh my god, weed just needs to be legalized. That's part of the problem. Just needs to be. It's already legal in so many states. It's one of the reasons why I don't enforce it. T Ward said that caddy still has a working North Star engine in it. Oh, we need to get Ward on the show. He would be great. I think he would be great for sure. All right, let's keep going.
Do you have a driver's license? Do you know your number by chance? No? Okay, I'll get you information.
Are there hand controls? Like how the hell is he pressing the gas?
Well, it did look like he had a little bit of control over his legs because they were shaking when he got him out.
Maybe he can shift his body.
Maybe he's got just enough to where he could do that. I don't know.
So who's stopping out is your tag license. No big deal. Everything comes back. How about insurance?
You're with one now.
We don't have any weapons or anything.
Can I pet the dog?
Yeah.
She won't bite, would she?
But yes,
like
I
this
do.
part?
My wife has it concealed.
I didn't know. He's super sweet.
Yes, sir. Yes,
He's
sir.
sweet. He's old.
So what happens here is a dirty trick that we are witnessing. While officer number 1 is talking to the driver on the other side of the car, officer number 2 goes around to the rear passenger side of the vehicle where this woman has this adorable dog, and he taps on the window and he pretends to be interested in the dog and want to talk.
All right. I don't like this part about civil rights because I would have done this. I'm like, oh, can I pet your dog? Because I fucking love dogs. Absolutely.
Yep.
It's not my stop. I'm letting my partner control the stop. So yeah, if I can have a conversation and just be chill and keep everybody calm on my side, that's what I would do. It's not a trick. It's just because that's what I would do. So I disagree with them here. And I know we're not trying to do the civil rights page. Like that's not what we're intended to do. We're trying to use just the body cam footage because I don't want him getting mad that we're sharing his stuff, and I don't want him to think that we're shitting on him or anything. I love him. I wish he would be on our show. So if you see this civil rights lawyer, I love you. I think you're awesome. I just disagree with you here.
Talk about the dog and pet the dog, but it's all a ruse. He's trying to fabricate. Circuit has long held that if officers smell marijuana coming from inside the vehicle, they have probable cause to then search the vehicle, including any bags or containers inside the vehicle. But what if, like here, the officers say they smelled?
We think that.
Skipping ahead. Sorry. Okay, question.
Introducing the filters.
Real quick, if I do get a subscription, does it stop that?
Yes.
Yep.
It does? Okay, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. 100%.
Right. We'll see. Guys, I got so many subscriptions for all this shit. You don't know.
It's a lot.
You have no idea how many subscriptions I have. Oh, I got so many. So many that we had to like get rid of TV channels at the house because we just had too many coming in for the podcast stuff. Anyway, all right, let's keep going.
Left and tied to stop sign because they did a really shitty job on his ears.
Really? Poor guy.
You know where Hot Springs is?
I got 2 pits. Yeah. And I'm so happy their ears weren't clipped. They got floppy ear, big old floppy ears.
We have a few floppy ones. But I will say, with them being clipped, he's never had any ear issues.
Yeah.
Like, they're always super clean.
I have a male and a female. The male, he'll let you clean his. He'll let you clip his nails. My female, I got to hold her down and sit on her.
Yeah.
She don't like it. She don't want it done. And I've actually had to take her to the groomers and have to put her in the little sling.
And I'm the same with him. Like, I got a Doberman. I didn't let him get his ears clipped. That's why I don't believe like what the civil rights attorney was saying, or civil rights lawyer, whatever he calls himself. Like, that's why I don't agree with what he's saying here. Like, this is a genuine conversation, and this guy he's being legit. I think he really just likes dogs, and the fact that he was even thinking about the ears that way. Like, I'm the same way. This is the exact conversation line I probably would have had. So, Freeman Key said, no joke. The reason that man was blind was the police shooting him in the face. True. Oh, fuck me. Really? I thought you guys were joking. Jesus
No,
Christ.
they've commented that 4 or 5 times already on there.
Oh my God.
Makes this stuff up.
This is a movie. I feel like 100 times more worse. Jesus. Oh my God. This poor guy. He's just sitting. He has no clue that an officer's got a fucking flashlight in his face either. Jeez. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Holy fuck. I mean, I'm not even going to finish that sentence. Like, unbelievable. Okay.
Thing to clip her nails.
Yeah.
Because she ain't letting you do it. Now, she's not aggressive. She just ain't going to allow it.
Don't do it. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame
so,
her.
Okay, I'll call him.
What was your name?
Jacob Jackson. JACOB.
Tell you what.
Is
If we
there
get the
not
guy that got
insurance
shot in the face, and this guy in the chair,
Can you send me pictures of the insurance on the Cadillac?
I'd love to get him on the show.
where y'all headed?
Where are we going, Dallas? Avery.
Avery?
Yes, sir.
Damn, there ain't jack shit in Avery.
Obviously, the other thing he's doing is he's asking her questions, which many people might see as just small talk and have this compulsion to answer these questions, but which are really being asked is part of an investigation to make some sort of criminal case against you or to form the basis.
He's not wrong there. Not wrong at all. We do ask those type of questions. And it is the purpose behind them is to try to find out if there's anything afoot. Alan, you got anything? Do you agree with that?
Yeah. That's what we do is have conversations and talk to people like humans, but not
Marine blood. Shit. Oh shit. Everybody's like, get YouTube premium. Okay. Message received, fuckers. I'll get it. Jeez, oh Pete. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay. All right. Damn. I can't argue with that. This is the first time you guys ever came at me like that about it. I didn't. Okay. Marine Bloods. Are you sick of surprise ads during stream? Donate. Cover the cost of this link. Oh shit. Okay.
Don't make sure you go and like and share.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah. Do all that stuff. Okay. So, I agree with him here. Yeah, when we ask questions, they're probing questions for stuff like that. When you hear that stuff, the stuff about the dog, though, no, that's not probing, and that wasn't to soften her up to ask questions. That's just striking up conversation rather than stand there and look awkward.
Well, and I will say, I want to know if that dog's going to be aggressive if I have to do something.
Yeah, and that's a good indicator. That's not, you're not wrong there. So, jeez, oh Pete's guys, I appreciate it. Listen, stop donating to YouTube, y'all. Only half of your money's getting to us. Send it to what that buy me a cup of coffee link was. Right there. If you guys send to that one, I appreciate it. I'm not bitching at all, but I know you guys want your money to go exactly where you want it to go. You don't want it to go to YouTube. Click that link. Do that link to buy me a cup of coffee or buy me a coffee thing. That will actually get more of your money directly to what you're trying to get it to go to. And I promise on the next live stream, we'll have the YouTube thing. I'm going to make sure your money goes there. So thank you very much. But let's keep going.
To search you or arrest you, or the basis to detain you for an extended period of time, to extend the fishing expedition. Are police officers allowed to do that? Yeah, basically, but you also don't have to answer. At a traffic stop, there is no general requirement to answer police questions beyond basic identification marijuana lie.
Over 8,000 men have permanently broken free from the P word by watching one single video.
So we got
you can actually watch by clicking
one thing
the
I'll
link
say
below.
there, Eric, is like you've got to treat every traffic stop the same. I actually have found dope in a child's diaper.
Oh yeah,
So,
I found him in car seats.
You know,
seen it transported.
You
in car
gotta, you know, you may not look good when we're out there and we're having to have the adult change their. I didn't change the diaper, but they took the diaper off and there was dope inside of it.
Yeah.
But you know, so at the end of the day, there's certain things we have to do. In this situation, this is all bullshit. So
yeah, for me, I don't care if you're Pablo Escobar.
Mm-hmm.
My boy is paralyzed and my other guy's blind. And come to find out, Freeman Keys, thank you. He's blind because of cops. Jesus Christ.
That's
Jesus, guys. Holy shit. Oh. All we get out of banning is
I just, you know, I just get pissed off when I see stupid shit like this.
I know. So, oh shit, Tim. Want zero ads? Want to listen to Eric and his hate for YouTube ads? Join our Discord. We have 0 ads there.
Speaking of which, I'm sure we'll go on to Discord after the show.
Probably.
So whoever wants to join us.
You ain't lying. I'll probably just keep my happy ass right in this chair and keep fucking going. So, all right, let's keep going.
Marijuana in here?
No, sir.
Okay, because I'm smelling marijuana. Are we sure ain't nobody got none on it?
No. I don't have any.
No,
Jacob
sir.
don't have
No,
any.
sir.
Dallas
Okay.
don't have any.
Okay, I'm smelling some. Are we 100% sure?
The dog ate
The
it.
one thing that is an indicator, and this is an indicator for me. So y'all listening, see how she never looked at the officer while she's trying to say there's no weed in here? Like, again, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. My man can't walk and my other man can't see. I'm walking. All right, bro. Oh, that was a bad joke. I didn't mean that to be a joke. I'm leaving. Fuck, that's fucked up. I didn't mean it that way. I promise. I'm leaving. All right, man. Hey, your tail light or your license plate light needs to be illuminated. That's why I pulled you over. Get it fixed. Have a good night. Boom, I'm out. So I'm out from that. Yep. However, the way she is doing this, that's bad. Don't do that. Most people, when they're trying to be honest and truthful, they're gonna look right at you and be like, no, there is nothing in this car. Like that's a thing. So, what's Country Girl getting yelling at me about? Bullshit. Most abused excuse to search. What are we talking? Oh, smell of marijuana. Yeah. I don't like it. I'm with you. I don't like it either. So let's keep going.
Yes, sir. You can go ahead and roll the window up if you want.
We all consent to a search?
No, sir.
Okay.
I don't have my wheelchair with me.
Okay, well, here's the deal. The odor of marijuana is probable cause for a search, so I'm going to ask y'all to step out, okay?
I'm not stepping out.
Yes, sir, you are going to step out of that vehicle. Okay.
He's not refusing to step out. He's telling you, I can't fucking step. I'm paralyzed. There's a difference. There's a big difference.
Paralyzed, and I don't have his wheelchair.
Look at that. Here's another thing. Anybody that's got a little bit of logic and reasoning. She instantly said he's paralyzed. And the other dude that is paralyzed is saying, I'm paralyzed. They said it at the same time. It's not like they got their stories together. And then he's like, well, I'm paralyzed. I can't walk. Oh, yeah. My buddy's paralyzed. He can't walk. That didn't happen. Little cop 101 banning.
I bet you the car's got a friggin' disabled placard on it too, or friggin' tag. You know what I'm saying? It may not, but I mean, that's an indicator there. You know, just hello. Stop being fucking idiots as cops.
Eye of the
Period.
night. I'm not stepping anywhere, let alone out of the car. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh man, it's gonna be one of them nights.
Banning, don't smile.
Jesus.
Don't do it.
Oh, Magdump's fucking ruining. He's ruining
Got
the
him.
ending for people. He goes, guess how much they find? That's right, nada. Jesus. All right.
Oh, all right.
By the way,
yeah, I made
by
you
the
smile.
way,
See,
I
did
made
it.
that.
Hey, I was a part of
You were,
it.
baby.
Yes,
You were. You were, girl. You just keep looking pretty like you do. I'll bring you on the
I
show.
think you got that
As
back.
long as you keep looking pretty, Alan. Or should I say Andy?
All right, step out, man.
Hey, mate.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't
I
got
actually
my
have a
fine
comment on Instagram.
Oh, you got a comment on Instagram? What do we got on Instagram?
Yeah. Could you tell him to come to the station so he could give you a wheelchair and so the officer conduct the search?
I'm sorry.
So if we were in this situation, could you have them go to the station where you could get a wheelchair or something and then
Sure, you
conduct the
could.
search?
You could, but why would you? We
Correct.
don't need to. So are we still on Instagram right now? I thought it cut off after an
Yeah,
hour.
it's rolling. I thought it did too, but
Well,
we're rolling and people are still bouncing in and out.
I hope it's
so.
showing up nice because that's the one thing.
I started doing it a different way tonight, so we're
did
gonna.
you?
I got it working a better way, so
All
we'll
right.
see. I somehow I have an echo, and I got to figure it out.
I don't hear it
but-
for us, but I'm sorry you're dealing
Okay.
with that. All right, let's keep going.
All right, step out. Okay. Well, we're not going.
Blind guy.
I'll help him out.
Well, get your sergeant down here, please, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Babe, start recording this. No, sir. You're not taking nobody out of this vehicle.
Step
sir.
out for me, sir.
I do not consent to a search. This is unlawful.
Now, in case you were wondering why these two best friends seem like they are so distrustful of these members of the DeKalb Police Department, here's one good reason. The blind man who was sitting in the front passenger seat, his name is Dallas Bruce. And the reason that he is blind is because 2017, he ends up getting shot in the face with a shotgun. And it was the DeKalb Police Department who waited like 3 hours before allowing this poor guy any medical treatment, and then thereafter refused to investigate it as a crime.
When I got shot, DCAB's the same police department that let me sit in the house for 3 hours shot and didn't render aid. Somebody actually had the captain wouldn't let an officer come in there, so they let me sit in there for hours. So I already am uncomfortable with DCAD and don't trust, I've always trusted cops, but after that with DCAD, and I went back to try to have it investigated, and they basically told me I watched too much TV. And
I'm so mad. I'm heartbroken and I'm mad at the same time. Especially for somebody to sit there and say, I've always trusted police. That is
Okay. So next question from Instagram is, isn't asking someone to get out generally more dangerous than staying in the car?
It depends. There's circumstances behind each one. You got to kind of feel it out for what you got. I'm not a fan of getting anybody out until I get more people. So if I got a car that's packed, I got five people in a car, and let's say I see a gun, but I'm not letting on that I see the gun. I'm not getting anybody out. I'm going to have more cops show up, and I'm going to try to, elongate this fucking stop and make conversation and try to keep it chill. I ain't having anybody come out until I got 10 officers there, or however many it takes. Otherwise, no, I'm not getting them out, period. I may just write the ticket and cut them. It just depends on what I'm doing about anything. But no, I'm not a fan of getting people out of the car. Banning, what about you?
No, same here. And I worked, in the last popo gig that I worked, so to speak, damn near 1,000 square miles and had one deputy on. Sometimes I was that deputy, and I've had to have dispatch re-enter a person because they had a warrant because I had absolutely nobody come get me, and I had 5 people in the car. And there's nothing saying in the book anywhere that you can't do that. Not only did I, at that time I was riding in a jacked up deputy car that didn't even have a cage, and this guy had fighting tendencies, so I had, because once that's how that works when an officer runs it and then they confirm this dispatcher wasn't listening and confirmed on that warrant. And that once that warrant was confirmed and they told me it had confirmation, I told them you didn't have authorization to run that person for warrants because I didn't ask for it. 2, call the originating agency of whoever the ORI is and have them re-enter that person because they're not going to jail right now. And I did that as a safety call for everybody. It can be re-entered, especially on the Class B warrant that it was.
Yep.
So
Tim just posted, are you on Instagram and don't want Alan to read your comments? Join our Discord and someone else will read them. And the Discord thing is right there on the page, guys. From view on Instagram for the driver, it seems like it's clear escalation, only good for officer, not citizen, but I understand your point. Thank you. For the getting out of the vehicle, I'm just, again, it's a case-by-case basis. Most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, no, I'm not having them step out. There's always an outlier, guys. There's always an outlier. There's always a reason and if I'm doing it for a said reason, it's going to be articulated. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I think that is. Some people, shout out to Ghost Patch. Make sure you guys check us out at ghostpatchcustoms.com. Type in 2 cops, 1 donut when you go to Ghost Patch, and then you will be able to see our flex badges like that, our real metal badges, our coins, our patches. They're all there. Make sure you guys check those out. And then I'm wearing my retro rifle tonight. I think Alan's wearing his retro rifle tonight. Let's get him on what are you wearing tonight, by the way, Alan? Looks like
I don't remember. It was came out last month. I don't remember the name of it.
Is it Sharks? Well, it is. It was Shark Week very recently, so that makes sense. Yeah, check out Retro Rifle, big sponsor of the show. We love them. So getting people out of the car. I'm with you guys. I'm not a big fan of it, and usually the arguments to get them out just seem dumb. Like, I got him out of the car for my safety. But now you just put yourself in a way that he could fight back better. I get it if you're trying to separate him from a weapon that you see. That makes sense, but most of the time that's not the case. So let's see. What's Mama G saying? Eric, keep watching. It gets worse. No, I'm done. I'm done with it.
We're
already mad. We already know it's not right. Everything about it's not right. I don't want to ruin my night.
Yep, Tim's already sent me the names involved.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin my night. So I'm gonna go to another video that you guys shared. I think Mr. Bill Fold sent this one in. So he's one of my favorite people ever. So I want to get his video up there. So
oh yeah.
Okay, let's go to Biggie size. Bow. There we go. All right, let's see what he's got here. I like it. He's got his what do you call them gloves? The mechanic gloves. Got his mechanic gloves. That's a police officer's cheap way of having gloves to wear. I wear them. I like them.
I still got 4 or 5 sets of them.
Always find them at AutoZone.
They don't have my size. I got to order them.
I'm sure you do.
I'm sure not many people have your size, buddy.
Do you guys have cowboy size? I'm not gonna lie, I have not watched.
Hey, how we doing? Pretty good. What we doing?
If you don't mind me asking, is your body cam on?
It is.
Okay. Why do you have your gloves on?
I always wear my gloves.
Okay.
Why you have a mask on?
Okay, fair. I'm the same way. I put gloves on every call, guys. That's just from experience. Because if I have to suddenly run after somebody, tackle somebody, help somebody, I want gloves on. I don't want.
I'm just curious on why we're making contact so far. I'm not seeing it. Anyway.
I was going to say, to me, if I were to guess, it looks like a First Amendment auditor outside of a bank because that looked like a bank, and people called because he's filming. So it sounds like that's what we got going on here.
Do I not have the right to have a mask?
Absolutely, but what are you doing filming the bank?
Cody High Rollers.
Exactly what it seems like.
For what?
Is there not a First Amendment?
There is a First Amendment.
Oops, sorry.
But you've got people concerned, so I'm just asking what you're doing.
So my right to record as people concerned. So you enforce feelings?
No, I'm just asking what you're doing.
Why don't you enforce the law?
Get your hands out of your pockets.
Okay. It's pretty cold.
That's an ego thing right away. Ben, are you shaking your head? What are you shaking your head for?
Well, what's the fuck? Excuse my French. What's the fucking reason for checking out with this dude? There's no reason. Drive by. Yep, I see him. He ain't breaking the law. I'm going to lunch.
Yep.
See ya.
Yep, easy peasy. Magdump said the chief and the lieutenant at DeKalb have resigned following that encounter. Oh shit! Damn, you made the chief retire or quit?
Well, it makes me wonder if they were the chief and lieutenant. Like that's a small enough department.
Small department, yeah, you're right.
I think they're down to two officers now, from what I found earlier.
Yeah. You're right. Want to be early to the party before it gets big, and I mean huge. Head over. Tim's on a roll tonight, y'all.
Yes.
Tim's selling it. I love it.
He's matching that beard, baby.
Yep. Oh shit. My butt hurts. Sorry, I gotta change positions here. Okay, let's keep going.
Alan, reach over and give him some support.
I understand.
I don't have gloves like you.
So you want some?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I like to have my hands.
You got any ID on you?
Why would I need that?
I'm just wanting to find out who you are. You got a mask on. I can't see your face.
Exactly. We're in public.
You are. But you need to vacate in front of the bank.
And where am
Do I need to fucking leave in a public fucking sidewalk? I need to leave. I need to vacate.
Okay, look at this, everybody. February of 2025, and you still got a friggin' retard with a badge. And I'm going to call him that. I don't care if I get flack.
You're going to get canceled.
Because it is his friggin' command staff that is failing that community. He's not receiving the right training.
No,
period.
No, for sure.
Piss me off.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me try to be in his shoes. Okay. Hands out of the pockets. I'm making contact because we had a call about you. Because they said there's a white ninja outside of the bank. So I'm concerned about the great white ninja. And sir, I would actually argue that your hands being in your pockets is probably better for my safety, because a ninja's hands released could be bad for everybody. So, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun. I'm not trying to make light of this poor citizen's situation. But this cop is out of control already. Now we got the ID crack already. He was like, I need your ID. I need it now. Oh, I need a bump of ID. Oh, t-shirt ID. T-shirt idea. I said ID. T-shirt idea. We could have a bump of ID. Like it could be like a cocaine shirt. Read that question for me, Alan.
Okay, so off Instagram for the driver, hold on. For the driver, it seems like it's a clear escalation, not only good for the officer, not the citizen, but understand your point. Sorry, based off your reactions about this scenarios, assume you're not fans of the whole ICE scenarios, snatching people's masked up, snatching people's masks up.
And so what that person's, there was a big thing, I believe, out on the West Coast, and I could be wrong, about federal officers.
Did you almost fall backwards in your chair?
We're going to pretend like that never happened. Okay.
Oh, it happened.
My calf flexed and it hit the little release on my shack chair. Yes, this is a shack chair. It's big enough to be comfortable in.
Big and tall still.
It fell back. So anyway, there was a lot of stuff on social media in reference to federal agents going to sack up whatever you want to call it, undocumented whatever, and masks. And I don't know why they did it. I don't know why they, I've never seen them do that in the past unless it was a special op, etc. But I believe that that's what that person is commenting about.
Wade Lucero said, hi. Or I'm here looking for pictures of cops to sell to cartels. Oh, shit. Jesus.
He's
Be nice.
probably taking pictures of debit cards from out there.
Yeah. He's zooming in on private information with his iPhone. I mean, they're pretty good, but Ward, you got any of that sweet ID on you? You got a bump of ID? I need a bump, man. Anyway. All right, let's keep going.
You're in Lake Ozark, Missouri.
Am I not on the public easement?
You are.
So why do I need to vacate the public sidewalk?
Because you've got people nervous and they want to know what you're doing.
Are you giving me a lawful order?
I am giving you a lawful order. You need to you need to move the area.
Let me ask you this.
Young man, I'm not going to play this game with you.
Waive your qualified
Ego. 100%. Young man. He's right away. You're too young. You can't talk to me this way. I know more about the law than you. You can't do this. So, unfucking real. Eyes wide open. So, Eric, I wanted to know how you guys would have acted in the last video when the guys needed to calf himself. I don't know what you mean. I wouldn't have ever told any of those people to get out of the car. Your dude was blind. I'm not asking him out of the car. Dude was paralyzed. I'm not asking him out of the car. They've got hard enough lives as it is. If they want to smoke a little weed, I don't give a fuck. Especially if I pull them over for their tail light being out. Or I'm sorry, their license plate light being out. Don't give a fuck. So it wouldn't have happened. Tim, stop being a ninja auditor. Keep your hands in your pockets and head to our Discord and show us your ID skills. Oh my God, Tim! What? Tim, I think Tim's been on some weed tonight. I think Tim's caught himself, and he's right in a good window for himself. I love it.
It's the weed, man.
Right? Okay, let's keep going.
I'm not going to play this game with you.
Waive your qualified immunity.
You need to step. You need to get stepping.
Waive your qualified
You
immunity.
need to get the stepping.
I'm asking you to play. Sorry.
He's actually fucking with him pretty good. Do you waive your qualified immunity? I mean, that's really what you're trying to do here, sir.
I'm thinking this officer probably doesn't even know what that means.
No.
This officer needs to get on the radio and say, "Hey, dispatch, go ahead and send the city treasurer out here with a blank check."
I've already done fucked up. What's Harrison asking me? Did you watch the whole video? Yeah. I just didn't watch the civil rights lawyer whole video version, but yes, I did watch it. I think you guys had shared it on the Discord, and I watched it then, and I was severely upset, and I didn't want to comment because I wanted to share it on here. So now you guys know how I feel. So, if that's what you were wondering.
Sergeant. I'm asking you to get your sergeant.
I don't have to get my sergeant.
Get Sergeant Meyer.
I don't have to do that.
Get Sergeant Meyer. I'm asking you to get a sergeant here. You don't know the law.
Yeah.
Okay. So to the cop's credit, this kid's wrong. You are not legally bound to get a supervisor. That's a policy issue. So he's wrong on that particular part here. For me, if it was me, I'm all about the supervisor stuff. Even as a supervisor, I told my guys, hey, if they call me and if they want me out there, give me the option. Let me know. I want to know. And that's our policy anyway. But I will always make scene if I can make it. Sometimes you just can't. But yeah. So what did Wade say? I'm going to need to see a copy of accredited police academy cert and employment agreement and a sworn statement you're not on any Brady list. I think, I don't know if he's talking about, Wade, are you asking about me? Or are you asking about the
No, I think he's talking about the Fruit Loop with the body
Yeah, I
camera.
think he is too. I'm just curious. Everybody.
Okay, so here's a great question, and I know this.
Let us know.
I'm asking both of you.
Is this
get this? How are you going to have the conversation with the masked ninja?
I'm not. Let's get it clear right now. If I get this call, I'm not making contact. I'm going to drive by. I'm going to park somewhere. I'm going to watch and observe for the next 10 minutes. If you're lucky enough to get that. And I'm going to go, he's on a public sidewalk. I don't give a fuck. And I'm done. And I'm out.
And I'm going to take it to another level. I'm going to look in my RMS or mobile, whatever it is I have in my car, and I'm going to find the complainant's phone number. I'm going to give him a call. My body camera is going to be activated, and I'm going to educate them, if they haven't been so already, on what is public, what is not. Don't call the police unless you need them, unless it's an emergency, period. What this gentleman is doing, I don't care what he looks like to you or how he makes you feel. He's not breaking the law. I'm sitting here and looking at him. Have a great day. Hopefully you never call again unless it's an emergency, and nice words, and be done.
This needs to be an educational call to the complainant, not to this guy. Or you guys know me. I'm a talker, so I may actually, and Cody High Roller, he's in listening right now. I did this to him. We actually got a call about Cody. I didn't give a shit. I was like, well, I'm not going to make contact with him as a call. I'm going to make contact with him as a consensual encounter. And I probably would have done that with this guy and be like, hey, man, just so you know, people are calling about you, but I don't care. I'm not here for that. You mind talking to me? Hey,
that's what you just said right there, Eric. Make it a consensual encounter. Hey, man, I got a call on you. Mind if we talk? Hey, do you pound sand? Cool. See you later. And then I'm going to go call the complainant. He just exercised his right. We're done.
And then
there's nothing to friggin'
and
dig
then
on.
I'm going to give him the best footage of his life of a cop that knows his shit. And I is confident in it and be like, hey, dude, you're not violating anything. I just want to let you know that I'm going to actually go make contact with the people calling about you and put them in their place. I'm going to be respectful about it, but I'm going to let them know that what you're doing is constitutionally protected and make it an educational thing all the way around. So whatever video he puts out, he just got a good impression from a cop. And then whatever that person that called got, they got educated. And they're not going to be a repeat caller, hopefully.
Can we start finding out who these officers are and then send a nice envelope to that department with one of these in there and say, with a link, you were just reviewed on our channel. We'd love to know your thoughts.
Oh, that's a good fucking idea. Holy
Let's
shit.
do it, man.
Did you guys hear that? A fucking Marine had a good idea.
Let me take my implant out because that came from
He's got that
somewhere else.
Neuralink. All right. New mission, motherfuckers. That's what's going down with 2 cops, 1 donut. We're gonna.
Would you guys like to sponsor a badge each time we do this through Ghost Badge?
Yep.
And once you do, when we review a video, we'll figure out the department. We'll send it to that public department address to Officer Schmuckatelli. Yep. Hey, we reviewed it. Here's a link to it. If you'd like to watch it, we'd love to have your comments. Oh, you didn't like it? Would you like to come on the show?
Yep.
Matter of fact, maybe we can go live with the same body cam you fucked up on, and we can go on the show. We can talk about it.
Yes. Bro, holy shit. I think you just expanded the nature of the show. I'm in. I fucking like it. And we could be wrong. That's the best part. We could be wrong. Absolutely. And they could get on here and explain, no, this is what we knew. This is what we did. This is why we did it. Oh, fuck, my bad. This is how we seen it. This is how the video appeared to us. But what you said makes sense. And then we'll explain because we can be wrong. That's okay. It's okay to be wrong about these things. Mr. Billfold said they won't show Sergeant Lavigne audit because it would be warm and fuzzy feels. But yeah, I agree with you. And this is the one thing that I'm hoping that a lot of people that watch us understand is it's okay for us to be wrong. I have been, somebody called me out and they actually were trying to call me out because I jumped Mr. Billfold's shit about being hypocritical about something. I don't even remember what the conversation was about, but I was like, not hypocritical, but he was calling me a hypocrite. I was saying that Mr. Billfold, like, he ignored this part. And then I got on something and I was commenting and the guy goes, oh, you just jumped this other guy for ignoring a complete part. And then you did the same thing. You're a hypocrite. I'm like, listen, I put myself out there. I'm on social media. I am going to be a hypocrite. I promise you on that. It's going to happen because how I feel in the moment on a video and I make a response, it could change a week down the road. And the reason why it could change is because you fuckers change my mind on so many things all the time that I change my stance. So yeah, it's going to appear that I'm hypocritical at times. I'm okay with that. But understand that that's just how life is. I don't have a rigid stance on anything. I get new information, shit changes. Is what it is. So someone flips
can I add to it, Eric? let's say we start, because our everybody that is aligned with us and comes on the show every week, they send us, you have to agree with me. They send us some amazing shit that we didn't even know that was out there. Meaning on where human beings fuck up that's carrying a badge. If we get one that goes really well enough on the show and we send them the badge with the link and try to get their comment, if they don't comment, let's utilize that public space in front of their department, set up a podcast studio, pull a permit if we need to, set out there and do a live show in front of that police department and ask people about what went viral online and what the community's thoughts are on it, and we can give them ours. Let's empower the community with a little bit of peer pressure and friggin' start fixing this ground root, what do you call it? Ground roots or whatever, and friggin' get the shit fixed.
Yep. I love that Cody's still on. This is one of my favorite things. We've attracted First Amendment auditors to the point where they're supporting the show. I mean, how many cops can say that they've done that? I don't think there's a lot out there. I don't think there's any out there, to be honest. So yeah. And Alan, feel free when you get the Instagram comments and stuff and you want to just jump on it, man.
Yeah, that's it. I just trying different things to figure out how to use it and get it going.
Yeah. Cody Hyro said that's the one thing I like about the show is maybe we get it wrong, but we're smart enough to get figured out and move forward in a positive direction. Absolutely. LED billboard truck. They're trying to make me like Long Island Auditor. We ain't at that level yet.
Hey, so what's going on what's the latest update with that? What have you heard lately on that situation?
So with Long Island Auditor, what I've heard is that Fahey has retired. Sounds like there's some sort of FBI pressure, like the FBI is investigating. So I think that his days are numbered when the FBI gets involved, because right now it is open season on corruption. That's what that whole Doge thing was. I don't care what your politics are. I don't give a fuck about that. The FBI is not dicking around. So they're going to nail him.
Here's my opinion. Okay. I can hashtag that to death. I say that a lot. The dude doesn't deserve a retirement. You pull that kind of shit, you do not deserve a retirement. And I don't care if the cops get pissed off at me for saying that. I can give a flying shit less. You do that kind of shit, you don't deserve your retirement check. You swore an oath. Yeah. You broke your friggin' oath when you did that on all those incidents. Done. You're done. Welcome to Walmart. If they'll even hire you, whatever, flipping burgers, dude, you're done.
Yep.
I'm peeled.
This is what I like. Wade Lucero. I admit Erik was a bit too much in the beginning, but getting better. The thing that I like, Wade, is that you stuck around and you didn't just let one episode or one small part make your mind up. You sat there and you grew through it with us. And that's the thing with what we're doing. I guarantee everybody on this panel, me especially, I am not set in stone. I constantly change my mind about things all the time. Qualified immunity was a big one. And mostly admittedly, because I just didn't understand it. I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was a thing for cops that, if you're trying to do the right thing and you fuck up, then it's there to protect you. That's how I knew it. And that's the only way I knew it. But then I talked to guys like Mr. Billfold and learned like all these cops that have lost their qualified immunity, they didn't really lose it because they never lost anything. Because they don't end up getting any financial loss later on, even when it's 100% clear that they fucked up. So I have learned a lot through this show. And that is one of the things that I like about it the most.
Yeah, we also need to go ahead and raise money to get a new bar that's called Punch a Motherfucker in the Face. I mean, if you get invited to that.
Yeah. So we're going to get a bar. We're going to call it, Punch? Let me write this out.
Punch a Motherfucker in the Face.
Punch a motherfucker.
We need that big old punching bag in there too, and we have to serve steaks to the guys that we need to invite and buy them a steak. So
yeah. Well, we need that punching bag from that show. What's it called? Blacklist, where that bad guy always puts his enemy inside the punching bag, and he's just friggin' unloading on it, man.
Yep.
Sorry,
I just want to see it. I wanted to see the letters, so it's Pam Fittiff. That's the bar name right there.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, let's get back to this video. I want to see the white ninja and see how this ends.
I know the law.
You're a dangerous man.
29 years I've been doing it.
You got your gloves on. You ready to put your hands on me?
I'm not going to put my hands on you. My hands are on my vest.
You gave me an unlawful order to vacate when I'm on a public sidewalk.
You are on a public sidewalk.
So why would I need to leave?
I'm giving you a lawful order that you need to vacate in front of the area. Young man, I'm not. Yeah, you're free to go.
I'm free to stay. Thank you.
Damn, that was quick. He goes, I'm free to go. I'm free to stay. You're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong. That was fucking quick. I'm gonna replay that. That was actually fucking fast. I can't even think that quick.
Here you go, baby.
That was good. Too many letters for a Marine. If it was written in different color crayons, he'd be good.
He said,
my hands are on my vest.
You gave me an unlawful order to vacate when I'm on a public sidewalk.
You are on a public sidewalk.
So why would I need to leave?
I'm giving you a lawful order that you need to vacate in front of the area. Young man, I'm not. Yeah, you're free to go.
I'm free to stay.
God damn, that's quick. Am I free? He set him up too. That's a lawyer move right there. Am I free to go? Then I'm free to stay. Suck a dick.
Bye.
Oh man, that is so fucking funny. Craig Holcomb. I couldn't see Eric because of Bang. Hey, fair enough. I don't blame you. That's why I asked him to be on the show.
I don't think I have ever asked or stated to somebody, I've just given you a lawful order.
Yeah.
That has never come out. I'm only going to tell somebody to do something because it's just, and if it isn't just, we go a different route. And I've never had anybody come back on it. I've had great trainers. I worked at great agency. Okay. I worked at a great agency that gave me my training.
Hold on. Wait a minute, Manny. Like, you tell anybody to do anything, it's like,
I know. That ain't fair.
And they fucking sit down.
Yeah, that ain't
I'm
fair.
over here begging them, please put your hands behind your back.
Right.
And he's like
being the guy that, you're standing there and you got a slingshot and the next guy comes up with an M240 and you're like, well, of course
I'm not a tough guy either. I'm very reasonable with people. Very reasonable.
Yeah. He gets out his man hand. It's like,
I know. You fucking grizzly bear over here. Oh my God, I'm a teddy bear. What are you talking about?
I am. I'm seriously the nicest part. Everybody's like, man, he looks mean. I am anything but mean, man.
You are a startup fucking war veteran. That's all I see.
Every time I, just to bring this personal, every time I take my beautiful daughter, my wife out to eat, we'll go. We always travel. We always travel to eat because there's nothing to eat around here. So we'll go travel to eat at some Mexican restaurant or Chinese, whatever. And my wife looks at me and she goes, smile. I'm like, why are you asking me to smile? She goes, you look like you're about to freaking kill everybody. And so she's like, you have a resting. She's like, I love you to death. But you got a resting asshole face. I'm like, well, okay. There you go. And she's like, now you look more crazy. And I'm like, oh, gosh darn it. All right, whatever.
Makes sense. I'm with her. I believe it. Oh, shit. All right, let's keep going.
You need to vacate the area.
I'm not vacating.
Yeah, you are.
Nope.
You go with me then.
So you're gonna put your hands on me?
I am. Turn around.
I asked you to put. I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I'm not gonna put. I'm not getting Sergeant Myers. I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
Kid's eating it up. He knows he won.
Don't. You gonna? Hey, excuse me.
Did you make him drop his phone?
He threw my phone down.
I sure did.
Oh,
I sure did.
And he owns it. And he admits it. Yeah, I sure fucking did. Oh my God.
Tap another $1,500 onto that friggin'
I'm so happy. I'm happy for this kid. I'm happy.
What's the agency? Is this our first agency we're going to?
It could be. It could be.
Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, they don't have. If you don't have a pro team, if you don't have a pro sports team, odds are you got a lot of departments that are going to get in trouble. They're not as trained. So.
Yep.
Good. Yeah.
Threw my phone on there.
I sure did.
Why'd you do that? Can you get my phone, sir? I'm asking you. Do you not want to get Sergeant Meyer out here?
No. I'll take you to him.
Why not?
Even better, huh?
You're gonna unlock.
Just curious, Mr. Billfold, is there a need for us to watch any more of this? I think we kind of got what we wanted out of it. I've got more videos lined up, but if there's something really good, I want to make sure we hit that for you. Cody High Roller said Banning is a real good guy and has a great insight. I respect him. So
thank you, Cody.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Cody, I don't know if you're aware, but you have completely lost the ability to ever try to audit me again, because I probably will never be in the streets again, sir. So I got a new job, I'm at the same place, but I'm just in a position where I'm not out in the streets anymore. So,
hey, throw Perry Limley's second from the top comment up there. That's pretty fucking funny.
Fucktardia runs strong. This officer. I never heard that one. I like it.
Perry's a good dude.
Yeah. There is 12 parts to constitutional law in Missouri. I think that's what you're saying. Yes, the supervisor. Oh, somebody's telling me to keep going. Yes, the supervisor shows up.
It's just another. What kind of body camera is this? Oh, this is that not for free YouTube, or this is the free YouTube. Sorry.
Yep. I just shared my feelings of Banning when he's
Paul Bunyan,
a deputy out there going to chase
Paul
the
Bunyan
cows.
and the big blue ox there. I love it.
Oh, shit. You're welcome, Banning. I love you.
I may have to find some body camera footage to share.
Keep going.
I'm not arrested. I'm just detaining you.
Okay, for what crime? For what crime? For what crime? Don't turn my phone on. Don't turn my phone on. That is my First Amendment to record. Do not turn my phone on. Do not turn my phone on. Do not.
I think every time he says that, it's another zero.
Okay, so how do I turn it off? He turned my phone on.
How did I turn your phone off?
It doesn't get more interesting.
Exactly. You threw my phone on the ground.
Going up here, okay?
That's fine. I'm actually looking Sergeant Meyer out here. You're making a mistake.
What's your name?
I'm not telling you my name.
Well, you're failing to identify yourself, so that's why you're
what
getting
crime
your
have I committed?
You're failing to identify
What is
yourself.
your reasonable articulable suspicion I committed a crime? What is your reasonable articulable suspicion?
Because you were failing to identify yourself.
What crime?
Okay, so we've explained this before, but if you're new to the show, failure to identify is a secondary offense. They have to be under arrest for that to be a thing. Or failure to identify can be for a lawful traffic stop, at least in the state of Texas. But
I want to go find the buffet that these two cops go eat at for free and be a fly on the wall after this
I
stop.
guarantee it's a Golden Colon. I'm sorry, Golden Corral.
Yep. You see how I handle that, boy? You're going to remember me. That's the way it's going to be, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, Cody, I'll talk about it, Eric. So we actually watched another encounter that you put on the air when Eric wasn't involved of a bad situation you recorded, and Eric was not happy with it, and he spoke to that individual. So we'll leave it there.
There's only so much I can. You guys totally understand. Anything that involves where I work, you just can't do it on here. So I feel free. I can't stop y'all from doing it. I'm not going to share it because I can't personally be or put anything that involves my own agency. I just can't do it. I can't risk it. If you guys like what we're doing and how we're doing it, just know it'll involve every agency out there but my own. So that's how I keep doing this. So it's just part of policing. This is why this is so rare to get cops to do what we're doing. Because there's a risk of being fired. So DTV in the house. Make sure you guys are checking out DTV. That is the extension of what we got going on with the new Matt Thornton show that we got coming out. We've been editing a lot of the new Matt and Thornton stuff, so that's going to be coming out. We're flying to Arizona here in 2 weeks to film 2 pilot episodes for some other stuff. We got a lot of cool things coming around the corner with DTV. So guys, make sure you check that out. I'm glad to see my buddy Chris jumped on to spread the DTV love. He said, what? That's what I'm talking about. Centurion Tactical said, Missouri is a stop and identify state. However, individuals are not required to identify themselves if there's no reasonable suspicion. You're exactly right. That is what in a stop and ID state, and I think we talked about this specifically with Colorado on one of the videos that we put out. In a stop and ID state, it doesn't mean you just get to stop whoever. They have to be suspected of a crime. standing out on a public sidewalk and filming, good luck articulating the crime. What's the crime? Doesn't count. So let's keep going.
Yeah. 708 Miller, I got one detained.
Lake of the Ozark.
He just said he got one detained. Did he tell that guy he was under arrest when he got him?
He did.
So.
Is this the same guy we dealt with?
708, 702.
Oh, is he calling his supervisor now?
He'll never answer his radio.
Let me call him.
No good signal going through.
Hey, can you come to Central Bank and see if you can identify this subject? He's been asking for you for the last 5 minutes.
That's where you get frustrated as a supervisor. Like, you know, you better tell me all the facts. So when I go to walk up to that car, I know why I'm really looking at this subject.
Mag Dump.
And my guys do.
Mag Dump, I'm going to push back on you a little bit, but I have met Frank face to face. We've talked so many times. I really don't believe personally that he's garbage. I think he's a good dude. I really do think he does policing, stand up. I take it for what it is. You can either trust what you see out on the internet or you can trust in me. And I won't blame you either way. But I know Banning's met him. I have met him.
I've met him.
I'm hoping
Frank has helped a lot of people off that camera that he would never even want to go back to retards, proclaim. He just helps people. And it's I understand why people don't like that. And I understand, the whole tyranny on traffic stops. And I get that. I get both sides of it. But I know the guy personally.
I would highly recommend that you at least, I'm not going to change your mind. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just telling you personally, I don't agree with you guys. And that's not the experience I've had. So, but I don't work with them either. So I'll put that out there. Marine Blood said, Eric, you need to encourage the rest of the hosts to join Discord. So I think they're all on there. Banning's on there. We do need to get Trey, I believe. So we're going to get everybody on there. Everybody's going to have their own individual channels. So.
Okay, I just lost Instagram at 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Hey, it's not bad.
Not too bad. At least they know where to go. Sorry, I was looking at a comment I thought I saw. Mr. Billfold. He said he was not arrested. He was detained for failure to identify. Yeah, there you go. Which I would argue that any reasonable person would believe that they're under arrest because they got handcuffed, put in the back of a car, and told that was because they didn't identify.
That was straight up arrest.
Yeah.
So I know his name. I just can't think of it right now.
We gave him an awful order to move out in front of the bank. He's got people nervous, and he's failing to identify himself. So.
I'm sorry. I thought it was fucking America. I don't give a fuck how you feel. We just did feelings enforcement. I don't care that people feel nervous or whatever. Let them. Unfucking real.
So, there's my reason.
Fast forward and see if we can get supervisor here. Like a supervisor's car.
Yep. Now, he's been screaming and hollering for you anyway. Says he knows you. That's what he said. He won't take his mask down. He won't tell me who he is.
Is your body cam on?
It is.
Sergeant Meyer. What am I doing in
You know his?
I'm familiar with him. I don't remember your name right off my head, but...
What am I doing in cuffs?
Well, he detained you for his investigation.
He couldn't tell me what crime I committed.
You failed to comply with the lawful order. I done told you. I told you to get moving, and I told you to identify yourself.
What crime have I committed?
I just told you.
Before you were here on the scene, what crime have I committed?
None.
Okay, so why do I have to ID myself?
Because I gave you a lawful order to do so, because I'm investigating on why you're standing out here in front.
You cannot articulate what crime I committed.
All right.
All right, let me get the...
You can't articulate what crime I committed.
Once you tell me who you are, you're going.
That is the, I can figure his name out.
Because what he was doing, he was standing here, he wasn't breaking any laws by being on the sidewalk. And I asked him, I said, hey, you've got people in here nervous. Would you mind stepping down the road for me? He goes, am I on a public easement? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, why is your fucking gloves on? I said, I wear them all the time when I deal with people. And he goes, well, I ain't fucking moving. I said, I'm giving you an order to get to stepping and identify yourself and pull your mask down. Fuck you, I ain't gonna do that either. I said, okay, if you're not gonna identify yourself, you're going back in my car until you identify yourself. But he wasn't breaking any laws.
So you just held him hostage to compel him to give you information you're not entitled to.
Oh, you were so
fucked.
You're done.
Oh my God. You just admitted to kidnapping somebody, you fucking moron.
You know what? I think we need to start having DAs on here.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I want to start having DA. You know, I know there's a problem with that as well. Let's have them on here. Blind reaction. Well, he did because
my favorite part is as he's trying to tell the story, he embellishes it. Only he embellished it worse. He's like, why you got your fucking gloves on? And I'm like, because I fucking do, guy. He got all fucking New York for me. Holy shit.
I'm going to give this dude a free friggin' coin to come to the bar for free.
There you go. Banning's bar.
You need to make sure not to do it in your county, sir.
Oh my God.
Oh God, dude. No, I wouldn't be able to keep it stocked in this county.
Oh God. In the
I'm not gonna go there.
So I'm not gonna get on the sergeant's case yet. I'm really close. I want to see what he says. I'm very
the sergeant doesn't have enough to go on yet.
And so I get what he's doing. He's trying to put the whole story together. He's doing his due diligence. I'm okay with the sergeant so far.
He's allowed to film all day long.
Mm-hmm. Did they ever tell him to leave or anything? Or was he ever on?
Hey,
they're saying he was on the grass. Wolf's double checking because
it doesn't matter. The good question. I like where the sergeant's head's at. He's asking, was he on the property? Was he asked to leave? Doesn't matter anymore because the officer already said he saw him on the sidewalk. That's where he was at, and he's totally allowed to film from there. He even said it out of his mouth. So he understands the guy hasn't committed an offense, and he said he ain't committed no offense. So, sorry, that's my southern. You guys know I'm from Michigan, so it's very hard for me to do a southern accent.
Hey, boy.
You live in bro.
He was on this portion of the grass that's technically theirs. That portion's not. Like I said, when I got here, he was standing on the sidewalk filming, which he's allowed to do.
But I got him in the back of my car.
How the fuck does he not walk?
But he says he knows you.
Well, he's done some video requests before. I know I can get his name. I know that. We have him in a report or two. I just can't think of it right off.
I'm going to disagree with you right now, white boy Hunter. So far, he's trying to get the story together. Give him some time. I don't think he's had enough time to get the whole thing yet. But we're real close. I'm with you. We're real close, but not yet.
Wolf did a traffic stop on him here a while back.
Yeah.
But he's trying to find his name and he can't find it. Of course he locked it. But once he tells me his name, he's free to go.
I've got his name. As long if there's no crime from on their end. Then
okay. I'll wait for Wolf to come back and then.
We probably need to want to know if they're going to want to trespass him from here.
You can't. You can't trespass him. He wasn't on the property when he was there. When the officer saw him, he was not on property. You cannot trespass him.
Yep.
This is a very, very, I would say, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is 75% officers think that you can do this. I don't know why this is so fucked up across the board. The only people that really seem to understand trespassing are big cities. These smaller areas,
because they've gotten challenged. That's the biggest.
Yeah, and they get it all the time. These other places, like you do not have what he needs to be on property. He needs to be told to leave and afforded the ability to leave and then refuse to leave. And then when the cops get there, then they can go, okay, we're going to trespass him. When you got there, he was on public sidewalk. He was not trespassing. You can't trespass him, and you can't compel him to stay or ID to give him a trespass warning, which is it's a civil thing. A trespass warning is a civil issue. A criminal trespass is now they're under arrest. There's a difference.
Whatever financial woes this gentleman had are no longer an issue.
Oh yeah, I was just getting him. Yes, Andy, you're right. They do it all the time. All the time. This is one of my biggest stances that I will hold the line on, that cops keep fucking this up, like at egregious rates. Egregious.
Cody, they've never been challenged. So
yeah, and you're right. I think that's part of the problem, is that nobody stood up.
Why are we still doing check the box for friggin' state tests to become a peace officer? Why are we not doing scenario based to where a state auditor, if you will, tester comes out, views and writes his or her notes on something? How did he deal with constitutional based scenarios?
Because we still can't have the conversation when we're interviewing them if they can actually talk to somebody before we even get to the academy. Can you just have a damn conversation?
Yep. Andy Fletcher said Jeff Gray works in big cities all the time and they still pull that crap. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist in the big cities. It's just less likely, very less likely. So, and then I will say, when it does happen, I bet it's older officers. A lot of times it's the older officers that fall for that.
But I'm not going to play the game coming back every 20 minutes either.
Well, if he ain't on their property, then he's not trespassing.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
I mean on their end before we kick him.
This officer has lied to me in your face, and he is on body cam and on footage. I did not curse him that way. I did not curse him at all. He said I said fuck you, and I did not curse him at all.
That might just be a figure. I always talk like that.
I did not curse at you.
I always talk like that. But regardless, I gave you it. We're not going to overtalk each other. We're not going to overtalk.
Okay.
Shut your friggin' officer up and take charge of the scene.
I like the sergeant said, let me talk to him. I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. And I honestly, I'm going to give kudos to this officer for owning that he had said that he cursed, and he's like, no, that's just how I talk. I do that. Personally, I drop F-bombs in stuff all the time, and I'm not trying to quote that person. It's just me kind of recalling. So I'm going to give a little latitude on this particular part. So don't destroy me in the fucking comments. I'm not backing this officer by any means. I kind of understand what he's saying. So let's keep going.
Over each other.
Let me talk to him.
All right, well, hold on before we get too far, because everybody's jumping on Mr. Billfold's bandwagon that they're not going to get paid and that they do get paid. Listen, my experience is that these people get paid out on a settlement before it ever goes anywhere. All the time. That's my personal experience. So I can't speak for what you guys know and what you hear and what you've researched, but I can tell you in my 19 years, that stuff like this would get paid out within 3 months before it goes anywhere, because it's so egregious. And I've seen it over and over and over and over again. So when you guys say that quit saying that, no, I'm not going to fucking quit saying it. The reason why is because my experience is much different than yours. I see it all the time. All the time. Lots of money.
So, added to part of the conversation you said a minute ago is, some of the older cops and things like that. So this guy's been an officer for 29 years. That means he started being an officer in 1996. What was the law enforcement world like in 1996 versus today?
And I'm not even
and I'm not saying, not trying to be a bootlicker here. What I'm trying to say is, some of these agencies have not done a good job in training and moving themselves forward and continuing to grow with how we need to improve and grow, and they're stuck in doing the same things they've always done.
Yep.
I did not see that. I said,
They're not going to do anything about it. They don't want him trespassed or anything.
Then why did they call?
I don't know. They said that they had customers coming in and coming to the drive-thru, coming on the call lines, saying that they
Tell us, Manny. I see it.
He didn't break any laws because he was on the sidewalk.
Right. And saying that they were he was pointing at them, harassing them, and just doing all sorts of things, just basically pointing at camera and pointing at them.
Oh, okay.
So he hasn't done anything aside from not identifying.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Not illegal.
Bottom line, when somebody calls, you still, as a peace officer, must run it through your head. Does a reasonable and prudent person state that somebody broke the law in their mentality? We don't have that here. You can investigate further if we have what they thought is breaking the law, and you can investigate further. You do not have that here. Am I wrong? Am I seeing this wrong from everything we're hearing?
Not at all, sir.
Okay.
So, all right, let's keep that.
Okay. Well, as soon as Meyer gets done, I'll cut him loose and we'll just play the game. Every 20 minutes we'll be back dealing with him.
No, you stay in the freaking vehicle.
We're making sure there's no criminal offense that was committed before we got here at the bank.
And there wasn't, so...
They called us.
But he put me in cuffs
That's
because I was not moving.
That's a detainment. He had an investigation to do here at the bank.
Y'all messed up. Y'all messed up extremely bad.
You always say that to us.
I've not always said it to you. I've only had one interaction with you.
But every time we've dealt with you, it's always us.
It is, no. Officer Clem does not know the law. He asked me where I get my law from.
First patch.
I said, I don't have to identify myself if I'm a passenger in the vehicle. He tried to fabricate probable cause by saying I didn't have my seatbelt on when I, in fact, did on camera.
Okay,
so he couldn't get my ID and identify me, so he doesn't know my name. Now, you don't know my name because you don't remember the public record request that I submitted.
I just don't remember right off the top of my head.
He doesn't know my name because I never gave my name and or ID because I have not committed a crime.
Okay, and that may be the case.
Okay, so why am I still in cuffs?
Because we are in still investigation of this.
When
we were called here for this.
Okay, so how long am I going to sit back here?
I'm going to talk to him. He went in to talk to them, and then we're going to figure this out. Give me another minute.
Is his body cam on?
Yes, it is.
Don't mute yours, and don't mute
recording on
do
there?
not mute those body cams.
You don't have to show him that shit.
Is there a crime here? Are they wanting
They
trespass?
don't want him trespassed. They got nothing.
Okay. How about
Man.
I'm telling you, you messed up. Put your hands on me like that, and I'm on a public easement and broke no law. Couldn't articulate any kind of law that I've broken, and you put me in handcuffs.
Yep, I sure did.
And you messed my shoulder up, so I need medical attention.
Well, you're going to be free to go.
No, I need medical attention because you done messed my shoulder up. Look how he's handling me.
Just let him get the cuffs on.
I'm relaxing. Look how he's handling me.
All right. You're bullshitting a little bit with I need medical.
He is, but Eric, you got to agree with me on Three Stripes on this. He's asking.
Oh, you
provide.
have to. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You get that ambulance down there and you get that part cleared up right now. He wants to be transported.
100%. I'm with you.
Yeah, get that MD on there, get the radiographer on there, get it and friggin' figure it out, period. Just where we cover our bases as a supervisor, even if we got some friggin' retard working 100%. For us.
I'm with you there. I'm just calling bullshit that you have any medical issues. You're doing it because you know you got them by the balls, which, okay, props to you, brother. I get it. Milk them for all they got because you fucking got them. But we all know you're full of shit right now. So I'm going to call bullshit on both sides when I see it. That's bullshit. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. Let's see.
She gets the cuffs on. No, I need medical attention. I can't even feel my hands.
Call for a medical.
I can't even feel my hands.
He's telling him to call medical himself.
Okay, well, he's calling for EMS.
Oh, bro.
You're free to go.
But I can't even feel my hand. I need.
Here you go. Here's your shit.
I need an ambulance, man.
He's calling for one. It's right this.
What am I doing wrong? You put me on their property now. I have not stepped on their property at all.
Yeah, you're free to go.
But I've always been free to go, and I was free to stay.
You wasn't. You were detained until he could investigate
what crime have I committed?
That's what he was investigating.
What crime have I committed?
That's what he was.
All right, I'm gonna stop it because it's driving me insane as it is. But okay, I think we're all in agreement. Majorly fucked up. What state is that in? Missouri.
Missouri,
Yeah,
Lake of the Ozarks.
You're right. And there's really no even description on this. I'm looking at it. So yeah, that could be a good first one for Banning's Bar. Yeah.
Mama G's coming after you, Banning.
What happened?
Yeah, you're using the R word, you're gonna get a strike on Facebook or on YouTube.
Here's my disclaimer on that. I'm speaking on uneducated law enforcement officers, and it's not anything to do with whatever people were thinking. That is bad on my part for what I was taught. Don't be like this guy because he screwed up. Okay. And if that's a strike, I take it and I own it, but it's got nothing to do with any.
You're going to get us actual strikes on YouTube.
That's that's not what I'm obviously not what I'm trying to do. But these friggin' so-called
it hasn't happened yet from that, so that's the good thing. Somebody said play a good video. Oh, shit. That was a good video. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, talk for 2 seconds. I'm going to tell my daughter good night.
One,
we got
2.
I've got another video queued up
4.
here, buddy. So I'm just going to start it without him. All right, Alan. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Little cul-de-sac. You know what's funny about Arizona? Everything looks like this. Everything.
Yep.
Everything looks like this in Arizona. I don't understand.
Police department.
They're all the same color, brown and everything.
Okay, please. What's up, y'all? Oh, dude, put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
You don't know.
Your boy just
it's Albuquerque.
Your boy just jumped out with a freaking gun and pointed it at him.
What the
Jesus. I would have already shot him. I would have already shot him. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I'm not gonna lie.
In his face.
Yeah. I can't believe he hasn't shot this guy yet. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's keep going.
Put it down. You're gonna get shot. Put it down. Come. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Your hands up. Hands up. Put your hands out like you can't through the.
I mean, I'm okay with this so far. Jesus.
Yeah.
What I don't even know what the fuck. They said big size. I thought it was big size. It was. Yeah.
I thought it was.
That's as big as it gets, guys.
I think they just wanted to say it.
Yeah.
So they could drink.
Yeah. Jeez, pizza. I wonder what the call was.
There, shots fired. Shots fired. Roll on your stomach.
Steve Wallace said, Mama said it was a toy. That shit happened so quick. I don't give a fuck if it's a toy or not.
Yeah. It says the title says it's something more, but I like we always say, we're watching this as we don't know what's going on. Somebody walks out of a door like that. He did good in getting behind the pillar, trying to get his gun out. Like
goddamn, I don't care who you like. I can't take that chance. I don't that's bad all around. I feel bad for this guy. If it is a fake gun, but what the fuck are you supposed to do? You have a right to defend yourself. And if you're a clearly, distinguished police officer with your uniform and all that stuff, and you're coming up, knocking on the door, and then somebody comes out just pointing a gun.
Yeah, and he was very open. Like he wasn't trying to hide behind the pillars, sneak up on the house. Like,
Yeah. Again, you guys know I'm all for holding cops accountable, but I can't really blame this guy for reacting the way he did. And he even tried to not. He went around the pillar. He could have shot a lot sooner than he did. And he didn't do it. And even if the mom goes, it's a toy, it's a toy. I don't care. I can't take that chance. Yeah.
And he was aggressive at coming to you. It's not like
Yeah.
he was hiding inside the doorway or like, and so you weren't getting a good physical look at it, you know.
And
I mean, you clearly could see it in your face.
And
like,
Ariel,
oh,
he
shit.
says it looks like a special needs person, and I'm not disagreeing with you now that I've had time to process it. But we don't have that luxury when we're on the call. I can't process all that at the same. I can tell you right now, if I see a gun, I ain't focused on another motherfucking thing except that gun. I'm not taking in all the rest of the stuff that we're able to sit back in our chairs and Monday morning quarterback from a couch, what we're seeing right now. So you got to remember, this is on scene. That's what makes it so fucking hard. Yeah. So let's keep going with it.
Roll on your stomach. You think life is a joke? Roll on your stomach. You're fucking stupid. Roll on your stomach.
Yeah, that's the end of it. I mean, I'm curious what ended up happening, so I'm going to read it. Albuquerque, New Mexico, July 4th. Oh, this is on the 4th of July, 2025. Albuquerque police were called to a house, 2100 block of whatever, responding to a call by a 21-year-old who asked him to help with a family dispute, and that his brother had a gun the day before. So we're already coming out there thinking about a weapon. As Officer Sanchez approached the house and announced twice, I'm sorry, I was letting police officer Baldonado opened the front door and pointed what appeared to be a handgun at Sanchez. Thought the weapon turned out to be an airsoft, or the weapon a BB gun. Believing it to be real threat, he fired 3 rounds, striking Baldonado in the arm, leg, and abdomen.
Before you talk about it again, Eric, show Banning. Let him view it real quick. I want to get his opinion. He hadn't seen it.
You ready, Banning?
Yep.
It happens quickly, sir.
Police department. Okay, police. What's up, y'all? Oh, dude, put it down. 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 You're gonna get shot. Put it down. Come. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Your hands up. Hands up. You need 10 through the air. Shots fired. Shots fired. Roll on your stomach. Roll on your stomach. You think life is a joke? Roll on your stomach. You're fucking stupid. Roll on your stomach.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what the fuck do you do?
You know, I don't know if we got any precursor. You know, why are we there? What's the legal reason to be there? If all that is unfortunately justified on this, because I don't like to see anybody lose their life.
Yeah.
Period.
Who lives?
You know, and it's dadgummit, man. When that gun first came up, if you've got that legal reason to be there, you have no choice but to act. You know, because he may have one friggin' round, or he may have one round in that. And now he's disabled you, and I don't know about everybody else, but I carried 69 rounds on me. That's just what we carried in my department. Now he's got access to all that, and I'm disabled.
How many rounds?
I carried 69. I know, 1 in the chamber and 4 mags. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't, like I said, I don't care if she would have yelled, "It's a fake gun, it's a fake gun, it's a fake gun," before the dude even came out of the house. If it looks real, I'm not taking the chance.
Well, and We read that. It says it's a BB gun, and I'll tell you right now, a BB gun is still a gun.
I'm not
it
going to get
shoots
shot by a BB
projectile.
gun either. Yeah.
No,
I'm with you. So, and just the fact that the call was about a weapon the night prior, or whatever.
And just so people have an understanding that don't, and I know the majority of our audience has got a good friggin' brain in between their ears and a good heart. This cop has got to deal with that for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
The last thing he thought of waking up that day is I'm going to have to shoot somebody. That's not what he wanted to do. He's coming up to defuse, investigate, figure out what's going on. And he was put in a deadly force scenario. I can care less what anybody personally thinks on me for that.
Yeah.
Period. Yep. And he has to end that right then and there to stop that movement so nobody gets hurt.
Yeah. Harrison said, 2 cops, 1 donut. What if it was a 5-year-old kid? I'm not going to.
Not if I'm being called there for that reason.
It just depends. It really just depends.
Yeah. Every situation.
You've got a full-grown looking adult that I don't have time to figure out if he's special needs or not, pointing a gun at me, versus a 5-year-old kid standing there pointing a gun at me.
Yep.
That's kind of a shitty comparison, because if I got a 5-year-old kid, I'm going to.
He wasn't just
because a special needs person may have a 5-year-old's mentality, that's not the appearance. And so that makes a huge difference.
Yep.
I've got a full-grown adult that just came out of a door pointing a gun at me, and I'm dancing around a pillar hoping that covers me from this gun. And then you put me in a position after I've given you several commands to put it down. I'm not tracking that you're special needs. I'm looking at the gun. So, Banning, I was not coming after you. I believe earlier.
Never thought you were, Mama G, and I appreciate the insight. I'm still learning this social media like other people, and thank you for saying that. I'm going to do my best to G-rate my stupid lips up here. So,
yeah.
I was going to say
God
that
damn
one,
it.
Eric. Sorry
Stop.
To keep hitting. Damn it.
I got it.
You hit it. You hit it. Okay. So I'll I don't think it matters if you're being called to the scene, even though that there's a special, you have to go and do the investigation. And if somebody comes out of a house like that on me, regardless if it's flagged or not, now I'm going to have more caution probably. And even my department, where we're a really small agency, there's going to be 2 showing up as we walk up to that door. Like, it's not going to be.
Again, even if they say here's the thing that you got to remember too, even if it is flagged, like, hey, there's a special needs person lives here, a deaf person lives here, whatever it is, you can only go off of action. And if somebody comes out with a gun pointed at you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to hesitate and try to figure all that shit out while a gun's pointed at me. And not just pointed at me, actively tracking me, trying to figure out a way to get around a pillar to point it at me. I just can't. That took 3 seconds.
Going back to, being a child back in the 80s, like I said, I lived in 23 different states growing up, and I loved playing just like any other child before the phone invention of the smartphone. I used to love to go out and play cops and robbers with the neighborhood kids. And I'd go to the Walmart or the Targets and buy the squirt guns. And I got this bright idea to get flat black paint and spray one of my, not even a super soaker. I'm talking this one thing that looked like a friggin' Mac 10 already back in the 80s and spray it black. My mother went to whipping on me, and she had every friggin' reason to leave that thing as it comes from the store because it was bright red on the barrel. That water gun, and I'm like, oh man, we're playing and nobody's going to see us. She woke me up really quick, and thank God for my mother. I mean, we could have had a run-in for law enforcement. We didn't. Yeah. We had some type of negative to where a parent thought I was hurting their child. I was always bigger than the other kids. They always thought I was in a bigger grade, and a parent could have come out and friggin' waylaced me with their firearm as we're out there playing squirt gun.
Yep.
But my mother, thank God, she made me do it. And then I had to make it a brighter red than it came from, or an orange or whatever. And then wear really bright clothing. When I played cops and robbers, you could find me real quick. So my mom was like, you're wearing this. You're going to go out there and you're just a kid. And you guys are playing kid games, and we don't want somebody else to think otherwise. So thank you to my mom for doing that.
Yeah. On this question here, how many departments have people trained to deal with special need folks for calls like this? There is no training for calls like this. It doesn't matter how many special needs classes you've had. The point is somebody came out of a door with a gun pointed at your fucking face. Point blank range. It doesn't matter. I don't care. None of that matters. None of the stuff you guys are trying to bring up, it doesn't matter. A 5-year-old walks out. Now we got something different to talk about. A full-grown looking adult points a gun in my face at point blank range. It doesn't matter if they're special needs. It doesn't matter if they're deaf. It doesn't matter if they come out and they've got a rainbow flag around their body. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Why are we bringing that up? It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep saying it. It doesn't matter. He pointed a gun in his face and tracked him around a pillar from less than 2 feet fucking away. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Quit bringing that shit up. It doesn't matter. You have a right to protect your life. It's on the parents. Why does he have access to a pellet gun that looks real? That's the question you should be asking yourself. You're yelling, it's a fake gun. It's a fake gun. I don't give a fuck. I don't know you.
I can't yell, time out. Hold on. Are you special needs?
Right. There's no time.
You know, the moment that I get up in the morning to go to work, I have to justify I'm here to save people. I'm here to do my job, and I am going to come home to my family. And that's how I can justify pulling my gun
Bingo.
out. Bingo.
Did you just answer the question I just asked? I have a 36-year-old special needs child. I never allowed guns in the house, nor toys that could be mistaken. It doesn't fucking matter. It's the actions that are perceived at the moment. That officer went to knock on a door, and a person that he doesn't know that looks like a full-grown adult come out with a gun pointed in his face. We get so fixated on the after the fact shit, and we forget about what it's like in the moment. How many of you guys have been in a car accident and you sit back and you think, oh my God, I should have done this. I should have done that. I thought about this. I thought about that. But if you reflect on the moment, you didn't have time for any of that shit. You didn't think about it.
Think about all the professional race car drivers and how many millions of dollars are invested in their training to not get in a crash going around 3 or 4 turns. I'm talking NASCAR, just to give an example, nothing on NASCAR. But what happens in almost every race? We have a crash. Yeah. And all those drivers have trained and trained and trained and trained and trained. Somewhere in the physics, something goes wrong. And there's a crash. And sometimes it's a fatality.
Yep.
This is the last thing that law enforcement wants. And then, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he was not even a police officer anymore because of the mental strain that he was going through for having to exercise and do that.
Yeah.
And friggin' to stop that motion, which ended up probably fatality-wise. And I'm sure it ended up in a fatality, but I don't know for a fact.
Yeah. Perry.
So it was July 4th, Banning.
Yeah. And Perry Lemley brings up a good point. He said, my wife almost shot an 8-year-old in Afghan, an 8-year-old Afghan kid with an AK-47 while she was on deployment. And I know a lot of military people that have had that very situation.
Same. Yep.
That they just had to deal with the unthinkable. And I could not put myself in that position. Crazy. Brittany Force, 340. What is that?
So she set the mile per hour record twice.
Oh, no
last
shit.
Month, so.
343 miles per hour doing what? Motorcycle?
In a quarter mile, you know, in a top.
Definitely faster than my old Hellcat.
That's good. Yeah, you think that is great.
Just a bit.
Oh, so shit. All right, I'm going to do this as the last video. We've been going 3 hours and I got shit I got to get up early for. So, share screen. All right. And biggie size. There we go. All right, let's go.
Hey, that looks like a legal motorcycle on the roadway.
You want to with this one?
They're talking like they're in undercover cars. Because these guys aren't giving a fuck. I think they're out just hot dogging. and they've got undercover cars in the area. Because you hear me, he's like, "You want to get this one?" That makes me think this is
Pueblo, Colorado.
Makes me think this is undercover. Listen, this pisses citizens off so much.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this as a cop, I don't give a shit either way. I don't really care. But you want to talk about volume of calls?
Oh shit! Every one of those cars is calling.
Every Karen, every fucking elderly man, every citizen in that area is calling the cops. You're going to get more calls for this than you're going to get for somebody shooting a gun.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, all right, let's keep going.
Put your seatbelt on. Come on.
There you go.
Right?
I was going to say, seatbelt there.
Well, I think he's got a seatbelt off because he plans to jump out. If this
Oh.
is a car,
You gonna tackle him?
Yeah, I bet he's about to jump out of this car.
Hey, let me ride your bike. I'll show you how to actually do it.
No license plate on any of them.
Not yet.
That's a good time. I would have taken them down right there.
Yeah.
They may be waiting for more back.
Oh, it's got a plate under there.
So you know if they're that daring, you know they're going to stop, right?
That's right.
Listen, I've seen a lot worse on the freeway. So for me, we're on a slow road. Like as a cop, I don't give a shit even more because it's such a slow road. I haven't seen them affect any traffic. Don't get me wrong. I still think it's wrong. I don't like it.
I haven't heard this one. Darren's. I've heard Karen's, and usually I hear like Richards or something else, but I've not heard of Darren.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. But all right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
You obviously got enough for a stop.
Oh yeah.
Definitely without due regard.
I don't the whole road.
I love the guy with the shirt like half on, half off.
Yeah. So to me, right now, they are kind of affecting traffic because nobody's going to be willing to pass them.
Right.
I was thinking this one, it might be easier to grab him off this pipe. We going for this one?
Yep.
Okay.
It's now or never.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You only need one. It'll get you everything.
Ready? Okay.
Yep.
Nope. Yet. They didn't give a shit. Look, and these guys left them.
You know obviously why you got handcuffs, my man. I got a whole dash cam of you doing stupid stuff, driving on the road, endangering everybody. You're probably gonna have to go around because we're gonna.
I just called that in.
We're
See, exactly what I was trying to say. She's like, I called that shit in. These motherfuckers.
I used to ride a Hayabusa prior to law enforcement, but I didn't do stupid shit like this on the public roadways. We had areas that we could do this on private areas.
Yeah, bro, this pisses people off. And you know what pisses them off even more? Have you seen the ones that do it on bicycles?
Oh,
just riding wheelies? Oh my God. That pisses them off even more. I'm telling you, people hate this more than they hate actual violent crime. That's been my experience. They absolutely hate it. You want to get citizens on your side? It's going to be videos like this.
I'm gonna get one, so.
I like that they didn't get greedy. They're like, we'll get one. That's all we need because he'll rat on the others. They always do. Always. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
They will always rat.
You see how happy everybody was?
You got me. Good work. I'm sorry.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody, dude.
Who's that? His buddies?
Yeah, they were way down past Prairie and back up way down.
Look, that's another vehicle. That's a different vehicle that stopped to talk shit. That tells you where we're at with this.
They were just
Oh, we got one of them. I got to see if we're going to tow your bike and put a hold on it for a nuisance.
Oh no, please don't.
The last time we dealt with these, they put a hold on them, which means
I love that he's like trying to say that it's the last time we did this, somebody else put a hold on him. No, motherfucker, you put a hold on him.
Yeah.
Listen, don't let this fool any of you officers or anybody else out there. This officer that's handling this call is the one putting the hold on it.
Oh, Eric, you can speak to this one. Tim had a good question.
Can I get a ticket on a bicycle for doing a wheelie? Ooh, I think you actually can.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, but I think you really can. I think that.
So like a lot of the universities and stuff, man, you don't want to mess with like breaking the law on a bicycle at a university. They don't mess around.
Those university cops will come get you.
Yeah, they will. I really do think that is
I think you can.
I think you can get a ticket for that. Again, I'm guessing because I would never fucking write it.
No,
you got to have both rubbers on the pavement.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I really don't care. So Wade said, never snitch, never. Snitches get stitches and end up in ditches. I think this guy's going to snitch.
he's going
to want his bike
pay the
back.
tow fees and all that.
Every day?
Yeah, for 6 months.
No, dude, don't do this.
Don't.
Look, it's a mini bike. I hardly ever ride that thing.
It's almost like you should have been doing wheelies down.
Exactly.
Doing wheelies, standing up on the seat. I mean, I got a whole dash cam down Northern
I agree.
of you, the blue dirt bike, the other guy.
I shouldn't have done that, sir. I'm sorry.
We're not trying to make your life harder, man, but it is a big nuisance and a danger to
I agree.
you, other people on the street, man.
I think it doesn't it fall under the same here in Texas, doesn't it fall in the same like drag racing and all that where they can keep your vehicle?
I couldn't even fucking tell
It's
you.
going to be more of a reckless driving thing. And it's and just so people know, in the state of Texas, you can drag race being one car.
Yeah.
DAs will take it all day long. If you're out there getting reckless on it, they're going to take a
Well,
risk.
But they added to some of that. I want to say it was last legislature where they don't have to give the vehicle back. Like it can be for certain things.
You're talking about seized, yeah. I mean, it's and then back when I got in, way back in the wagon wheel eras, we had an exhibition of acceleration, on a public roadway. That was another one. It wasn't a big person to go out and get that. We'd get a whole bunch of people shutting down an intersection, doing donuts. We'd come there and blaze the old sirens, and they'd get to going. And as long as we get that freaking intersection open back up and deal with it, man, it was bullshit, but we dealt with it. I mean, yeah, they're turds for doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, dude. I can't so on that, we'll end at that, by the way, guys. That'll be our last video tonight. So that's very satisfying. I am very happy. The thing that pisses me off about that particular thing is they don't give a fuck about you. None of them guys care about you as society. It's a very selfish thing. And I think that's why it makes people so mad. Had he not got caught, he wouldn't have cared. He would have done what his boys did. Fuck you guys, I'm out. But he got caught. All of a sudden, he cares a lot. But I got this was a good night. This was a fun episode. I really had fun on this one. John did great. I think it was great. This was fun. I got irritated, properly so. So I think it's always a good episode when I get pissed. So but I will be doing an episode tomorrow with my buddy Lenny, who's a retired New Jersey state trooper. We're just going to do the interview in the studio here. So that's why I can't stick around late tonight. I got to get the podcast room all prepped up and get that ready because I got to move everything over for an in-house interview.
Oh, is he coming over?
Yeah, he's going to be here. It's going to be an in-studio recording.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got to move a lot of shit around. So
did your house get tore up with like just a couple trees, or do you have?
Yeah, we just like I said, the guys that came over to tear up the the trees that fell, they had it done in 15 minutes. They were in and
awesome.
out. So, but yeah, we had power outages and all that crap. And like what woke me up wasn't the storm itself, like the light or the thunder and the rain and the wind. It was the lightning. The lightning flashed so bright, and that's why we think it hit our tree. It flashed so bright, it just went through my eyelids. Like it woke, the brightness woke me up. Yeah, I was like, holy shit! And I had blinds down. Tells you how bright it got. So yeah, it was insane.
Hey, Marine Blood, I'm gonna come over to Discord for a little bit after this. These guys have got a very early schedule. My first meeting's not till 9, so as long as I get 2-3 hours sleep, I'm good.
Yeah. Please, guys, if you guys enjoyed what we had going on tonight, please jump over to our Discord, chat on there. I will not be on there tonight. I didn't realize we are going to go 3.5 hours. I was going to try to keep it at 2 and then do another half hour on Discord, but it is what it is. So we did it on here. Please, if you would love to help out the show, the easiest way to do that is like, subscribe, and follow on all of our social media platforms. If you could, if you want to go the extra mile and spend your hard-earned cash, please jump onto our, what do you call it? Buy me a cup of coffee. There it is. And check that out and help out. We appreciate any monetary donations. It goes directly back into the show. So with that said, last shout out is going to be to Peregrine, because that's one of their guys are going to be on the show tomorrow. Peregrine, if you want to turn your shittiest detectives into the next Sherlock Holmes, peregrine.io. I sit with Alan. So, all right, guys, take it easy. Banning and Alan, I'll talk to you guys later. Stick around after the stream, obviously. But all right, guys, have a good night. Take it easy.
See you on Discord.